Good evening, speed running fans. Good evening, Super Metroid fans. We are here. It is time for the Super Metroid Randomizer SGLIVE 2024 final match. This is the championship, the gold medal match, first place. A little bit of money on the line. Our competitors on the left, DJ Webb. On the right, mm2nescartridge. These two runners will be wrapping up our Super Metroid Randomizer tournament to take you live through the action here in Herndon, Virginia. I am Professor School. I'm joined in the commentary booth by none other than Zeb316. Zeb, good evening. How are you doing for this gold medal match?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited to see this one. Got a little bit of a surprise with D-Webb not having dropped a game this entire tournament. It's really been playing a whole ton this last year. I think he started last October or so. And it's gotten really good really fast. So we'll see that versus MM2, who's already won a tournament earlier this year, won the mystery tournament. MM2, I'd say, is the favorite heading into this matchup, but I think that this will be a really interesting showcase. Unfortunately, we do have MM2's cursor on the screen. That's just super unfortunate. Nothing we can do about it. We can yell at MM2 later, but yeah.
Yep. Well, there we go. This is setting the stage for our big best of three matchup between DJ Webb and mm2nescartridge. As Zeb pointed out, DJ not dropping not only a match, not dropping a game throughout this entire tournament. 10 incredibly talented runners started in 2 pools of 5. We had chances for tiebreakers, but in the end, it was 4 runners. We saw 2 of them just a moment ago competing in the 3rd, 4th place matchup. DJ and MM making it to this final stage, going for the Grand Championship here and the chance to call themselves champion of 2024. We've got a best of 3. We're just going to have to see how this goes. Reminder for those watching at home, this is a major minor item split. This is area randomization, full area randomization, and we've got boss surprise. So any of those 4 bosses could show up in any potential permutation except all 4 vanilla. We'll just have to see how our runners prepare for the potential of something like 4 Ridleys or even 4 Suitless Dragons, depending on what this seed has rolled for us.
And we do not have early power bombs, so we won't be able to check behind meme route portal. It's always a little annoying when you're not able to do that. We do have an early screw attack as well, which means that we will be able to check old Mother Brain, see if that's power bombs. If not, then we'll probably just head straight left after Bomb Chorizo.
We do have supers at least. Still a little annoying not to have those power bombs. Could potentially be a little problematic. We do have that screw attack, so we can get through those left side bomb blocks. We'll also have to see what is at this BT item location here at center part of Criteria.
Yep. Yeah, I think that if these are power bombs, I'd expect both of the runners to go through Gauntlet after Bomb Chorizo. I think it's reasonable to skip Gauntlet with all 3 minors and having full power bombs. But I think that both of these runners would do Gauntlet. But with supers there, we don't really have to think about it unless there are bombs at Bomb Chorizo. If there are bombs at Bomb Chorizo, I really like going through Gauntlet because there could be power bombs at the back, which could be really big. But without bombs, you can only get to the item and have to head out through the front of Gauntlet, and that is really slow and not very efficient. So I'd expect that we see both runners skip it unless we get bombs at Bomb Chorizo.
If we look at the tail of the tape here between these 2 runners, as Zeb pointed out, DJ with a little bit less experience overall does, I think, make MM the overall favorite, both in terms of total number of seeds and experience, but also just overall movement, I think, will favor MM2. We see a little bit of that early here. I don't think it's really nerves. I think just generally we're seeing slightly better movement overall, just indicative of the overall skill level MM has. By no means does that put DJ in an unwinnable situation, but I think we'll just have to look for how MM can capitalize on some of that movement advantage that he has.
Yeah, for sure. I think that the more decisions there are, the better it is for DJ. Because if you can branch off a little bit and do something slightly different from MM2, it makes it possible that that movement advantage doesn't matter as much. But if they're doing the exact same things the entire way, then MM2 is going to have a pretty significant advantage.
All right, we're getting this last minor check that's not Gauntlet in Criteria.
Interesting. So it looks like DJ is trying to create some sort of divergence. I don't know whether this is a gauntlet play or going to the right of the ship play. We'll see. It looks like it's going to the right of the ship. So this is
Very
specifically
interesting.
to create divergence, because you only get one portal and you have to abandon that moat portal by doing this.
Yeah, strategically, I kind of like this decision.
So we do see the top of Red Tower there for MM2. That's only one more portal and one more miner check. Ooh, and that
Wow.
is Green Bryn.
That could really be huge.
Okay, but here's Business Center. So Business Center is really good too. And it looks like MM2 is going down the elevator before checking the portal, which I think is fine. You're very, very unlikely to follow into Upper Norfair unless you get specifically Varia. So not having that portal checked until after this is totally fine.
Potentially speed, I guess, as well, could open up Croc Portal for
Yeah,
you. It's a
maybe.
little slow. Still no power bombs for either runners, which is a little bit awkward for DJ. It is nice to find Green Bryn, but you really are limited on your checks without power bombs here.
Yeah, you would rather find it from the top rather than from the bottom here.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Bottom of West Meridia?
You can do the gravity jump through the door with that setup, but it's not great. Okay, reserve for MM2. We'll see.
Still no power bombs for DJ. This could be significant.
So MM2 can also get this ice beam and get out with a ice plus ice escape. I would want to have a little bit in the reserve probably for that. So this is the last check for DJ before having to go over to reserve. Oh, it is power
That's
bombs,
pretty big.
So that is really big. Yeah.
Yeah, so he can actually do something with this Green Bryn now, and the Divergence will pay off. Safety save for MM before checking ice. Probably go ahead and farm these Sovas. You're usually looking for supers off these Sovas. We'll see if they what they drop if he decides to farm it all. Okay, so not getting anything into the reserves.
Yeah, I think that's mostly fine. I think that should be fine to get out. You can't lay a power bomb to kill the Sovas and farm them, which costs a little bit of energy, but I think that you still have enough to get in and out here. Does get to farm one Sova there.
Yeah, sort of makes up for the hit that he
160.
took.
I think this is enough to get out and keep that plasma, especially if you farm the Sovas and you get some big health drops.
Should be able to screw attack into them here.
Or use the plasma, either way.
Oh, nice.
Got one big health
25
drop.
health total.
Yeah. This should be enough.
Yeah, this is enough. This is enough.
As long as you don't... You do need to get it first try, though, so you don't have... Yep, that looks good. So should be able to get that... Yep, got it out. Nicely done.
That's always a bit of a sigh of relief there without power bombs and no other way out.
Yep, and that plasma beam could be a big deal. If we find charge beam early, that plasma beam is going to be really big.
All right, and we're going to get a little bit more portal information here. Left side top of Business Center about to come into play. It'd be wild if this was like top of Green Bryn or something like that. It would certainly disadvantage D-Web. Oh, wow,
that's
interesting.
So MM2 electing not to do that. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have bombs, of course.
Yeah, there's no way through.
No way through it, so yep. That's...
So the Divergence play, gambling on one less portal for DJ, so far in this early game paying off. Lots of map left, but...
It really depends still, because MM2 made a lot of progress. It's not like MM2 was stuck there and wasn't able to make any progress. He was still making progress, making checks. If there are power bombs right here, I think that MM2 is totally fine. If this is top of Green Bryn, I think MM2 is totally fine. But yeah, otherwise, taking a hit from that. MM2 can't actually go down Red Tower without power bombs. So this kind of is a... Ooh. Yeah, and MM2's health also is getting a little scary.
Okay, so screw attack does help quite a bit
And
there, and
that
it
is
is
power
power
bombs.
bombs. That's
Okay,
actually
yeah,
really,
that's-
really important.
Yeah, that's huge.
We do still have one portal check. We've got this Meridia escape portal, and then MM can go down at that point.
Also, Green Bryn, one more check here, but Green Bryn has not been the best Green Bryn ever. So
No, pretty much double jump and spring ball are the two main things we've seen. We're going to have to wait just a beat. DJ keeping us in suspense. See what this final major is. MM does need to still be a little bit careful here. All right, here we go. One last major in Green Bryn, and it's just another E-Tank. I mean, that'll be nice for early hell runs and things like this, but nothing really game-breaking yet from this
And
Divergence.
there's a hell run for MM2. So MM2 will be going down red tower. I think best case scenario, I'm not really sure what you want to see here for MM2. Do you want to find the top of Green Bryn? Because if you do, then that routes well for DJ, where if the top of Green Bryn is something like, let's say, a West Meridia, the DJ can't follow, that might be better for you.
Also will depend what these items are at Spazer and X-Ray. And you don't really have any backup. You don't have any backup yet for an X-Ray check. You've got the save, obviously, but it could potentially be dangerous.
Yeah.
2+1, though, you can fill up on the bottom. Very interesting. So there's our second Bubble Mountain portal.
Yep. So we're just missing one portal in Upper Norfair now. And I think that you want to fill up to the full 2 E-tanks filled right here.
Surely this is slower than just going to the refill, is it not?
I don't know. You also do get supers potentially out of this.
Was that back of wrecked ship? I think that was back of wrecked ship.
So that's really good for MM2.
Yeah, I think so. Not something that DJ can follow. He just simply needs to retrace his steps here.
Where when MM2 gets there, maybe he has a high jump. Maybe he has like a gravity suit.
Yep.
And can just follow that.
All right. We'll be turning off Screw Attack. I don't mind turning off Plasma either. You're in the menu, and it's one less chance that you'll accidentally kill a waiver that you really need.
Yep.
MM2 has plenty of experience at this early X-Ray. 2 tanks is fine, and it'll make getting back faster. Does still need to execute to get across here. There is no backup if he falls into this pit. Does not have the double jump that DJ has, and gets it. Nicely done.
It was a little...
It felt a little close. It felt a little close.
The waiver was a little higher than you wanted. But, ooh, and gets out for free now. So that also is pretty good in Boss Surprise. Having a way out of Dragon at all times is really nice.
Yep. Yeah, I was not joking when I said the potential for 4 Dragons was there.
Okay, so we will get to see this portal as well from DJ. This portal will not be abandoned completely.
Yeah, double jump makes this much easier to get across, obviously. Turns out the ceiling
Spring Ball makes it quite a bit easier, but
yep.
Double jump is a good amount easier to use than Spring Ball, so we'll probably see that.
You'll never scoff at a second power bomb pack early on here, especially with no bombs yet. You want to get a little closer and potentially get closer to CF range as well.
Nice use of grapple there from M2. Ooh, and here's another red tower portal. So this is... We're going to see both runners checking Spacer at about the same time here.
It's kind of interesting for DJ because you probably turn around and check the portals on the right here first. And if you find something that you want to follow, does that matter as much? I guess not.
I think that you just abandon all the other portals.
Yeah, I think you're right. With it. Or maybe if you're DJ, do you go up and take X-Ray and just abandon the bottom right 2 portals here? And just say that we're keeping those together and I might get spit out into them at some point. Because you can go for the X-Ray check here with double jump quite easily.
I think that you don't want to leave these 2 portals. I think these 2 portals are better than going up red tower right now, but...
Alright, so just wave there at that Spacer check.
We're also kind of running out of checks to some extent, combined between the 2 runners. I think that something is very likely at that Kraid. If not, then probably at a Croc or at a wreck ship.
Well, we also have Bubble Mountain.
I guess, yeah, we do have enough tanks.
I think we have enough tanks at this point, and movement items to get through Bubble Mountain. So that there is
Croc.
Well, there's Croc. I think you just simply do this here.
Yeah, you definitely do this. I think it's a little scarier for MM2 to do this, not having seen Green Bryn. You really want to have done Green Bryn before doing slow checks like Croc, but you just can't really abandon this, I don't think.
I think it just might end up working out for MM, because if you find something here that, like you said, gets you through the back of wrecked ship, once you get to the top of Green Bryn, that likely just routes better for MM.
Ooh, and there's Varia.
Well, that does put those Bubble Mountain checks into much easier sort of situation here.
So I'm really curious if we see either of these runners skip the second item of Croc. I think that DJ would be more likely to, but MM2 is also known for playing aggressive. It doesn't look like MM2 is, And it does look like DJ is. So second item of Croc is one of the slowest items in the game. It's actually just about as slow as the top of Wreck Ship, just getting the single item there. So this is a gamble, but that is a very slow check. And it could really pay off if there's nothing there.
There is some secondary benefit. You do get 2 minor checks here.
Yeah, 2 pretty easy. Well, probably 1 for MM2.
Oh, that's right. No double jump here.
Yeah, so you probably
no
don't
good way to
check
get across to. I mean, you could grapple over there, but it's exceptionally slow.
Another power bomb for MM2.
Plenty of backups here for DJ. Absolutely no danger between that spring ball Varia and double jump. So this is going to be very easy to go over here and check this X-ray, and then he'll make his way to the top.
I don't even think that we see any D-boosts. This is with just X-ray. You can just get over there without it.
There's 1 D-boost.
Okay, sure.
As the kids say, got him.
Yep. I've been got. Okay, we'll see what is here. Just an E-tank, so that's a big skip for DJ. That's going to save a good 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, especially considering it was Varia at the front.
Yep. The E-tanks are significantly less valuable when you already have Varia. Upper Norfer, you don't need the tanks anymore for.
Yeah, I think it's just a straight time loss here, unfortunately. And we already know that there's other places where MM will find a second power bomb pack, so there's just not really anything to this check except the time loss.
Yeah, so going up here, DJ, I think, will probably go into Upper Norfair. I think that was what one of these portals was.
Yes. This was single chamber.
Yep, so I think that you just do that right now.
MM probably ends up doing the same thing, actually. Finding his way into... I mean, you're not going into LN.
Nice CWJ there for D-Webb. Pretty cool. Yeah, you could go into LN, but you don't know where Torian is. And high jump with lava dive is pretty scary. And you need to do the hypo jump, so it's unlikely that you're going... Oh, and actually MM2 is going to be doing Green Bryn.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot he didn't have this knowledge yet, so he's going to do Green Bryn.
Yep, you do want that power bomb. You don't have ice yet. You want 3 power bombs for Metroids no matter what, so... You also don't have bombs, and it makes it a little easier to manage.
Yeah, and MM did not find another movement item that could get him through that top of Green Bryn. So we will not be seeing him follow.
Yep. I mean, you
Wreck
could
shit.
with the double jump, actually. But...
It's pretty slow.
Yeah. I mean, going back down Green Bryn's also pretty
It's also pretty slow.
So... I'm curious what happens, because MM2 will be able to kill all 4 bosses by the time that he gets up there. He will have found another super pack or 2.
Yeah, it's actually kind of all bad portals here. Map station getting through this middle of Green Bryn is not great. So maybe you are incentivized to consider at that point, having invested the time in Croc, having full cleared Green Bryn, and not immediately getting spit out into a place that comfortably allows you to use your Varia. Maybe you're incentivized to go out through the back of Wrecked Ship.
Yeah, I think that DJ will probably, after this, go through Speedless Speedway, get spit out into, or go into Business Center, do those, and then find Kraid after that.
Well, I think maybe you check the Croc entry portal first, and then make your way up to Business Center from there, because you have both double jump and grapple, and you don't have that portal knowledge net yet, and I really think you don't want to orphan that portal. I think that's actually really important here. Hopefully he remembers to do that. Neither runner has that portal knowledge. We saw 2 of those right side Bubble Mountain portals from Red Tower. The third still outstanding and could be pretty critical.
Spring Ball is actually kind of another way to get through back of Wreck Ship. Another not great way. But
another not great way. I think double jump is definitely better.
Oh, and there's space jump.
So we'll see that pink icon for double jump now turn gray in the top right of DJ's screen, right under the upper Norfair UN that you see there.
MM2 picking up that power bomb could potentially be for Ridley. I don't think that you need a 20th power bomb, but it does. If you're not full on ammo and you run into a Ridley, having extra power bombs can save you sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean, I've done this myself. Sometimes that's just a way to think. You see something that you might use, and rather than debating, you just pick it up and spend a second thinking about what are you routing? What might I see at the top of Green Bryn? What would I do in this situation? What would I do in this situation?
Another super for DJ. That's pretty good. Up to 45-30. About 6 supers away from go mode, which isn't bad this early in the game.
All right, so we still have not seen the overwhelming majority of West Meridia, those top 3 portals. We have not seen almost any of actually the suitless areas.
Actually,
we haven't
DJ
seen East
hasn't seen
Meridia.
this, has he?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, so that's...
He'll check the top of Red Tower here.
And that'll spit him back into Business Center.
But I think this is fine.
Yeah, I think this is fine. So I think that DJ will get spin to Red Tower, go up Red Tower, find Kagos, probably check the Terminator item. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure about these ammo checks. I think your ammo's already really good right now, and you don't need to worry about these kinds of slightly slower ammo checks. You can just kind of like hope that you can get enough ammo on the way.
I think
Although
so.
a super is good there, so.
I actually think there's a chance that DJ just checks the top and potentially can go back into... I mean, it's 2 elevator rides. It's not great, but you could potentially go back in, check the Croc entry portal, and then go to Business Center.
What I think will happen is DJ will check, find Kraid, go kill Kraid, whatever's at Kraid, go down into Business Center, check those items, and then from there go to Croc portal.
Do have a decision point coming up. MM about to find the back of wrecked ship at the top of Green Bryn, and we'll have to decide whether he wants to make the slow plod through wrecked ship or the very long backtrack all the way to the bottom of Green Bryn. Almost certainly not going to want to commit to that map station portal on this loadout.
Yeah, I mean, you could jump up through it to get to Main Street, but I don't think we've seen Main Street.
We have not.
We have not.
We have not.
You could, but it's not fantastic either. I'd imagine that we see a MM2 just go through the back of wreck ship here. I just think it's better than going back through Green
I mean,
Bryn.
there's a really good situation here for MM where he's able, he kills the boss, he gets something like a high jump or gravity in ship on one of the first checks, and then is able to go out the front of wrecked ship to something like back of LN.
Yeah, I
that
think
could be really good for him.
It is very scary to do this for MM2 because the front of wreck ship could be something like an East Meridia, could be something like a Torian that you can't do, and then you have to go out the back. And with this loadout, it's not fantastic to get out the back. It's doable, but it's not fantastic.
Yeah, just based on outstanding remaining portals, it's likely to be an area that requires gravity. Doesn't have to be, but there's 5 outstanding portals between East and West Meridia. But again, if he lucked into something like back of LN here and was able to kill the boss and get some good items, this could actually route very, very well for him.
And West Meridia wouldn't be the worst either. West Meridia would be fine.
I think you'd prefer one of the top portals.
I think even the bottom portal would be fine, just to go down to, just fall down to, map station. Green Hills wouldn't be fantastic, but it would be fine.
No, it sort of puts you right back where you were before.
Yeah.
When you're thinking about routing and progression, you'd much rather wind up somewhere you hadn't been before. And it's just Kraid here, vanilla. So we'll see what Kraid holds. 2 checks.
High jump. Okay, so this is in logic for MM2 now. Like, he doesn't know it, but this is logically available. No matter what the front is.
Feels like everything sits on the edge of a knife right now.
Yep.
Lots of divergence, which is what DJ wanted to do with that very early play to the right side of ship.
I'm kind of feeling like if the item isn't here at Crate Tank, it's very likely to be in Wreck Ship, and I think that MM2 is in a good spot. But if it's at Crate Tank, then I think DJ is very likely just to win off of that. So this is, and it's Fantoon at Wreck Ship. Speed, okay. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal, but you could still have something like a gravity and ship, and it would make things quite interesting here.
You could have gravity at Wreck Ship Reserve, though, or gravity at Waterway.
That's true. Could be 2 seeds in a row if that were the case. Yeah, it does mean that if and when DJ makes his way through the back of wrecked ship, that he will actually be able to full clear it, but it's kind of a long way back to get to that point. I think if you're DJ, you'd almost rather find it from the front at this point, going all the way through Green Bryn. I mean, you could check Waterway on the way through, I guess, but that's a long way for one check in the back of wrecked ship. That could still be a Turian, which would be really bad for him to commit to that.
What's the alternative here?
Well, with high jump, you have a way out of Mama Turtle.
Yes, but how do you get to Mama Turtle? Like you
Croc entry portal. We haven't.
Okay,
we still haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's the. You have to check that. That's the only. We haven't seen Meme Route either, right?
We have not seen Meme
two
Route.
portals
That's
that
right.
we still need.
Yep, that you could check right now. Yep. Okay, so a bunch of vanilla bosses created crate, Fantoon at Fantoon.
You cannot have all 4 bosses vanilla and surprise. I think that's the only rule. Any other combination works. So we will see eventually one of the bosses not vanilla.
This major could be pretty big here.
Yep. It's a reserve.
Oh boy. Exciting for some folks in the audience, maybe not for MM.
And another super. That super is good, but...
So at this point, if you're MM, do you just check the front first, and if it's bad, you route back through, or do you worry about leaving behind that wreck ship E item?
I think I would rather check the wreck ship.
It's a little
first.
awkward either way.
It's really awkward, but I think that you want to check the wreck ship E and hope that you can route the portal in after.
Well,
I do think this is fine too, but I'd prefer to do it the other way around. Because if you find like a gravity suit, you're so much more likely to be able to follow this portal.
Yeah, like gravity into back of LN or something like that.
Yeah. Although back of LN might not be horrible because maybe you can do back-to-back LN and then come back through.
Sure. Yeah, and you already know front.
Yeah.
So.
But it is East Meridia. Although, even if you find gravity, you still can't really do East Meridia. That's actually really rough for MM2. Because even if there's gravity in wreck ship now, ooh, and that connects. Oh, that's crazy. Those are our 2 remaining accessible portals DJ just found. Meme Route and Croc. So now DJ is going to be forced into Green Brinstar to check that waterway and then go through wreck ship.
And has the speed to check the top of wreck ship that MM
and
doesn't.
If you find gravity suit in wreck ship, has the speed to get through Baboon Hallway, which is at the front of wreck ship.
Yeah, was that a front or backer of East Meridia?
It was the front of East
front.
Meridia.
Okay. Fascinating. So then West Meridia is the hub for the rest of the game. Turian is in West Meridia, back of East Meridia, and back of LN, all accessible through West Meridia.
Most likely, yes. It is also possible that West
you have
Meridia
West Meridia
on
looping
itself.
onto itself, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always forget about that
likely.
possibility.
You may as well forget about the possibility, but it does occasionally happen.
Okay, what is this item?
It's just an E-tank.
Oh boy, this continues
Yeah.
to inch
so
closer
what do
to favoring
we see
DJ.
MM2 do? I think that we see MM2 just back out the back, but this is a bad spot for MM2. I like you don't really want to go out the back, but you don't really want to go up and check just one item at the top of wreck ship. That's really rough.
You could at least get the knowledge of both, I guess, right? Oh, interesting with high jump here.
Yeah, this makes sense too for DJ. I don't think this will work out as well.
I guess it depends.
Oh, maybe.
Depends where gravity is.
Yeah, it really does depend where gravity is.
If gravity is
I was
speed lock at top
Yep.
of ship, it's one thing. If it's actually just a screw attack. I think this is just awkward for MM2, sort of anyway.
It's really, yeah. I think MM2 is in a really bad spot right now. It'll be real. Yeah, maybe this works out better for DJ actually. You're likely able to find the front. No, you find the back of East Meridia. So it really depends on where that gravity suit is. If gravity suit's in Modern Warfare, this is just excellent for DJ, but if it's in Wreck Ship, then it does not route well at all.
Nice first try green gate glitch.
Although it's actually not crazy bad. You get spit out into West Meridia, and then you go down to Main Street, or not Main Street, you go down to Map, and that spits you out into Green Bryn,
Yep.
where you can check Waterway and then go into the back of Wreck Ship from there.
That's true. Waterway could be the answer. Again, that does favor DJ, though. MM still without speed.
I'm struggling to see a situation that favors MM2 anymore. Like, this is just... Yeah,
I mean, maybe if Turian is at back of LN, and DJ has to go all the way there, and MM is able to route,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, if like...
And he's
West
able to finish on LN,
yeah,
right?
If West Meridia loops on itself and that happens.
Yeah, yeah. Less likely for sure, but still a possibility. It is looking very likely at this moment that DJ is inching closer to potentially remaining undefeated at 9-0.
I think that with how this race has gone, most likely that's what will happen, but the race is not over.
Yeah, just another reminder here that MM cannot check that Waterway.
Yes.
It's a real feels bad moment. Feels bad man moment. Just
Yep, the third reserve.
2 tanks so far, 1 regular, 1 reserve for DJ. So he does continue to go hunting here. And if the answer does end up being speed locked at Waterway or in ship, the longer he stays away from that, the more chance it potentially gives MM to get back into it, even though it does seem like a far cry at this point.
Yeah.
Essentially, the longer DJ doesn't find the answer with speed, the better it is for MM, even if it's still unlikely that MM can escape here with a victory in Game 1.
So it looks like MM2 might be checking Gauntlet here. I think that if you're not checking Gauntlet, you probably wanted to go out Moat instead.
Yeah, you're probably hoping for ice, I'm guessing.
Oh, wait, no. Like, you probably want to go over this way anyway. You want to check Kraid.
I think this is fine, yep.
Yeah, I think that maybe this is MM2's out. If this is Ice Beam, and Bot Wound is the answer. But even then, like, you have to go back to through the back of Wreck Ship, which is all the way at the top of Green Bryn to get back to the front of East Meridia.
Yeah, it's just really awkward.
And
there's
it was
a lot
Ice
of
Beam
slow
anyway, so.
movement around the map. That early Divergence play by DJ really paying off here. Sacrificing 1 portal, but being able to move into Green Bryn immediately, and that put him in a position where he was able to go over and find that speed in Bubble Mountain. Really, really paying off.
Speed and high jump at Kraid. He was able to get the power bombs before
Yes, that's right.
going over to that area. So here's our first non-vanilla boss. We've got Dragon in Modern Warfare. Shouldn't be any issue for DJ with this. You can just grapple kill and then grapple escape out. See what's behind Dragon as well. We do know that gravity is not in Modern Warfare now with this boss being here.
That's right, Dragon cannot be locking access to gravity. All right, so MM about to go over and...
that almost worked.
That's unfortunate. It was pretty close. MM gonna get into Kraid here and find this vanilla Kraid and the items that it's locked.
Yeah, right side for this should be a lot easier.
It's totally free, yeah. Just sit in this corner and then angle up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yep.
And that's a fried shrimp, folks.
There's almost an argument to not even checking the Dragon item because it can't be gravity. The best thing it could be is ice here. Maybe charge.
Maybe charge.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure which is better, ice or charge. But it's a knee tank, so not going to be picking that up. Because ice would let you beat the game. Yeah, morphed a little late there, it looked like, or unmorphed.
This is actually something that DJ and I worked on together. He asked for help with last year, just a testament to all the progress he's made. This time last year, we were sitting in a practice room together, and he was trying to get some help with his grapple escape suitless from Dragon, and look at him now here in the grand finals, really looking close to cinching a Game 1 victory and an undefeated record all the way through to this point in competition. 9-0, I think, at this point it would be.
I think 7-0.
7-0? 7-0.
Yeah.
Where does MM go from here at this point? Does he have that Croc portal entry, that Croc entry portal knowledge
no, he
yet?
does not.
Yeah, so
I think that
he
just
really
goes
needs
there.
to eliminate that possibility first.
And then I think he
That's also awkward.
I think he does the same exact thing as DJ.
Yeah.
Because he's already done the back of Wreck Ship, the first 2 items there. I think that going back into Green Bryn is not good because of that. I think that instead you just go into Lorne Warfare, and he's just going to be retracing DJ's steps behind him by a lot.
Yeah, I don't know, but Green Bryn to Wrecked Ship does give you 3 checks. Water, because you can get Waterway on the way through.
But you're not making progress in beating the game by doing that.
Unless Gravity is one of those 3, and then you can go out the front into the front of East Meridia.
But by doing Lorne Warfare, you're making progress no matter what, because you have to do Lorne Warfare at some point.
Sure.
So you're beating a boss that you need to beat. MM2 picking up this super. Oh yeah, MM2 still needs to check Bubble Mountain too. Yeah, MM2 is just really far behind right now. DJ's getting really close to ammo at this point.
Both runners are, yeah.
DJ, I think, is about a super off of probably 2 supers, or a super and 2 missiles off of like comfy go mode.
Yeah, 60-55 is exactly enough for not opening any of the red doors.
And it was just Space Jump here, and then there was Spazer and just Knee Tank, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so DJ will be checking this.
This is pretty slow for DJ. I do think your argument for going to Lower Norfair because it's a boss is sort of the better play overall, because you're helping yourself do something you need to do to beat the game. But I don't think it's outrageous to think that you have speed and you can get 3 items to Wrecked Ship.
Yeah, I think
between Top of Ship and Green Bryn.
I don't know a lot of people who would have already done Wreck Ship in the first 2 items and then take a slow route to go back there. Is kind of
yeah, I guess if the answer is not there, then you're really stuck, because then you don't really have a way through the front of East Meridia. But if you hit on Gravity or Ice, then you can beat the game at that point and go through the front.
Yeah, it does work out really well if you once you find the Croc portal, if you can beat the game through Wreck Ship, it really works out well, because
you go out the back through West Meridia and then to Turian. Well, I guess you still have to go to Ellen. You still have to go to Ellen.
But you're able to do back-to-back Ellen.
Right, exactly.
MM2 lost dash speed there for a second, but was able to still beat the lava.
The little sliver of hope that remains for mm2nescartridge in this is if the answer is not here at Mama Turtle.
Yeah.
That was a very grim yeah from my co-commentator.
It is X-ray, so the answer is waterway or wreck ship.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Something like that.
Folks, I've known Zeb for a while. It doesn't get much grimmer than this.
I just think it's tough because DJ's already done Lore Warfare. I'm guessing that DJ will check these portals, which we know won't be good, and will take a little bit more time. But the route of doing back of wreck ship into front of East Meridia into Torian is just so strong that I don't see how, after checking these portals and finding that information, DJ doesn't just go down to Crab Hole, down to Meridian map, and then check waterway and then go into wreck ship and full clear wreck ship and do that route.
Well, access to both Red Tower and Green Bryn are possible through criteria, so MM going to keep us in suspense. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like, there's no way there's a Billy Mays check here. Now, of course, just charging a spark to take it onto the ship. Something that you see in Hundo clean up here.
I wonder if that's... I'd guess that's not faster, but... because you have to go all the way over to do it, but... yeah, so DJ will, I think, have full portal knowledge.
I think that's
checking
true.
These two.
Yeah. Yep. There's Turian. So
Actually has full portal knowledge now. Not like full total portal knowledge, but knows that this will be East Meridia. Okay, so won't even check. Yep, I like this.
Yep.
So knows that that is one end of East Meridia. The other end of East Meridia is at the front of wreck ship. And can just take this route to find Gravity Suit.
Hey there, folks. This is Super Metroid After Dark. Turning down the lights for you. Professor
Hide your
School
children.
and Zeb coming at you live from Herndon, Virginia.
Hide
And
your
here, well,
children.
look at this.
You won't want to see they won't want to see these Super Metroid skills.
These are the forbidden strats that come. No, we're getting the lights back on. Gonna cut that, folks. Very sorry about that little light malfunction.
Oh,
But
MMP
by the way,
is coming this way.
in the interim, we had a little lights down, lights up surprise. mm2nes cartridge actually making the play that is
so
the better one for him.
This play makes me think that MM2 thinks he's really behind. Because I think that if you're not really behind,
You go to
just
Lore
into
Warfare.
But this is kind of a play that you're like, okay, maybe if I spike the gravity here, then I have a shot. And just an E-tank, so yeah. That was the last kind of possibility for MM2 to get back into this. The answer is at the top of wreck ship. Whether that's ice or gravity, we don't know. But it's going to be one of those two. And DJ's route is just going to work perfectly for this. Going to go through the back of wreck ship. I bet you DJ is sweating, though.
Does it have to be gravity at this point?
No. Because...
Where are we missing for gravity? What else could... Botwoon?
Yeah, so it could be ice and then gravity.
Yeah.
But DJ, I bet you, is sweating after having skipped the second item of Croc. Still doesn't know that item. That's the one skip DJ has made. Ooh, nice delayed blue there from DJ.
I'll be honest, I was certain at this point that MM was going to go up to ship. But he's going to check these portals
I think
instead.
I think that you're just getting...
Oh, he hasn't seen Mama Turtle.
How long do you think we see him attempt that UWJ up Main Street?
I don't think we see it this time.
Or up,
I think we got the memes last time. I think he's going to feel far too uncomfortable and behind at this point. Gosh, this whole seat has just felt awful if you're sitting in MM2's chair right now.
Yeah.
Remarkable what that divergence caused early for DJ.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing was MM2 didn't have power bombs for trade. That's basically what kind of decided this race. Because if MM2 has power bombs there, he gets that high jump, he gets that speed. He's probably doing the top of wreck ship where it is, because if you find something there that lets you do that East Meridia, it's so good for you.
Yep.
But with only one item up there that you can get without speed, it's pretty rare that it's worth it to actually check it. Especially because you're abandoning another item up there.
I mean, you could see the other one and have the knowledge.
Yeah.
It could potentially help, but yeah, just any way you cut it.
And
This
MM2 really struggling with this double springboard jump too.
definitely one of the more finicky tricks. This one will work. It looks like he got it pretty good and late, and he's still moving upwards at this point, which is what you want on this second spring ball jump.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah. Is going to be really disappointed after doing all of that and seeing, gosh, what was it, X-ray at Mama Turtle?
Yeah, we'll get to do back of LN, but we'll probably have to go out the front to check screw attack.
Back-to-back normally feels better, but in this case...
No, he probably will do back-to-back and then try to check Mama Turtle and be really sad when it's not the answer.
Yeah, and then you're still worried that you're potentially leaving the answer behind at screw attack, right?
So where do you go? Do you go to screw attack or do you go to top of
it just keeps getting worse, right? Yeah, this is like rubbing your hands along sandpaper for the entire seat. This is awful. Maybe we should have kept the lights off.
Probably going to be a 4-round for DJ here. Only got 2 Dopplers on both of the first 2. Going to be pretty tough to get a 3-round based on that.
Yeah, I know DJ is going to watch this back, and I have been helping him with some of his strats. I will tell you right now, DJ, if you're listening, you really need to clean up your Phantoms over the course of this tournament. You've performed excellently, but I think this is a great next step forward.
Screw Phantoon. I don't think that you need to worry about it. There are more important stuff.
Like working on your baby skip, right, Zeb?
As long as you get it, it's fine.
Just a little bit of light joshing, folks, just ribbing each other a little bit. Don't mean anything bad by that to my co-commentator or to DJ.
I mean everything. Like,
I know
everything.
Oh, I know you do. And Nevdi knows especially. I think the most painful thing here from MM is actually if this is just ice, and it takes DJ that much longer to find his way slowly through East Meridia, because then the suffering just continues for MM, as opposed to if it's gravity, that it'll be over very quickly.
Yeah, this is a tough seed. This is a long seed. This is a slow seed. So unfortunate when you're suffering, and it's also a long seed, so you have to suffer for even longer.
Right. Yeah, which is why I think the ice here at the top makes it even worse, because then it just continues if gravity is actually a Batun.
Yeah.
It's a hard seed to play, it really is. All right, so we'll see DJ check this item now that the ship is on. And then we'll know. Actually, probably with close to full portal knowledge now, it probably already has deduced that front is East Meridia. Is that right?
The front is one of East Meridia. It doesn't have to be the front of East Meridia, but it could be one of the 2.
Right, because he didn't check pre-aqueduct, so he doesn't know for sure, but he knows it's one of them. Yeah. Yep. And this is going to route really nicely for him, actually.
How MM2 was trying to set up that Dragon. I don't like standing up there on the ledge and waiting for the goop. I like trying to have the goop spawn early and then roll over to the left so that you can more comfortably watch the goop and try to get one goop onto you so that you can get set up in a better position.
Yeah, I think Gwyneth Paltrow would agree with you about that. I'm assuming that's a reference that falls on deaf ears for most people, but I thought it was pretty funny.
You might be the only one. Okay, so we'll see whether it's ice or gravity up here. I mean, it could be both, too. That would be pretty good.
So here's a question from a different perspective. We know that this is the answer and DJ's just straight ahead here.
Yes.
If you're in DJ's position, having played the seed in this way and created that early divergence, and you're still at this position where you don't know what the answer is, how do you feel in this position?
You are very worried that the dot done is coming right now because the answer was second item rock and your opponent is just about to finish.
Oh, that's right. He skipped on that second item, and it ended up just being a reserve or another E-tank, I think.
E-tank.
Yeah.
But
oh, that's right. Yeah,
the longer your opponent doesn't finish for, like, you're at 50 minutes now. You don't know that you're at 50 minutes, probably. Maybe, no, I think DJ actually uses a timer. But you would imagine that your opponent probably has finished if it is there. So maybe you can kind of deduce that it's not there. But I would be feeling very nervous that I just skipped that item, and it's the item that I needed to beat the game.
All right, well, we're about to find out just exactly how much faster the end of this seed is going to be. Will it be gravity into a very easy Meridia that routes very nicely into West Meridia and Turian, or is the suffering going to continue for a little longer if it's only ice?
Another super. Yeah, you probably picked that up.
Yeah, there's not really any point in skipping this. It honestly almost slows things down to skip this at this point. And it gives you really nice cushion at this point.
Like, I would want one more missile probably anyway, so a super, it's a little overkill, but it's fine. It is ice.
Well, it could still be vanilla gravity.
Yep.
Or we could have something like a totally unnecessary charge beam here, and then the suffering just continues for a little bit longer, and this seed will drag
imagine
on.
how bad you would feel if you're on, like, this good of ammo and you just
And you run into charge here. I mean, it's possible. We haven't seen charge. Well,
it's gravity.
Yeah, a little chuckle there from DJ. So the seed's going to be over pretty quickly at this point.
So MM2 checked a minor there. I think that the reason for that is MM2 is planning on doing suit with CF clip if this is not ice beam or gravity at Mama Turtle. And we will see the UWJs, so get ready, everyone. I have seen MM2 do this successfully in a tournament race before.
Could also technically double spring ball jump here. It doesn't need to do the water wall jump.
Could. Yep. That seems more likely, actually.
It seems a little silly to abandon yourself to underwater wall jumps if you have another way through. Yeah, and that's what we're going to see here.
That's a little... We'll see if this works.
Still moving up. It's going to be really close. I think it should work. Oh, that's really unfortunate. He must have just been reaching maximum height.
About Moon?
Running out of locations for it. Very well may have been.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't.
I thought I saw something gray, so it could have been a reserve, too.
Might just be your eyesight going.
Yeah, it is. Please fund my eye surgery.
Cataract surgery. Yeah. All right, so here's the final boss for DJ, and we know that going out the back is going to route very nicely into the pre-aqueduct portal, and then Turian at the top. So probably, I don't know, a little under 10 minutes from finish here.
So MM2 does find that extra power bomb pack. Having 25 for the suit with CF clip is much better than 20. That trick is not fun, not very easy, so we'll see if he can manage to get that. I'd imagine we'll see him get it before DJ finishes.
Yeah, here you just set up for the grapple kill, yeah. Okay.
It is really unfortunate this is the back of East Meridia for MM2. Going through the back to get to the front is really pretty slow, especially without gravity suit.
Yeah, if you have to touch sand, it doesn't feel great. Yeah, actually, touch grass was recently added to Webster's dictionary, but touch sand's still not in there, so I think it's not recommended, generally speaking.
Yeah.
I'm more of a mountains person myself.
MM2 also picking the wrong portal first is a little unfortunate. This is Torian, not East Meridia.
Yeah, and actually we're gonna get a little remorseful high five from our runners here.
Yep. Probably through the elevator room.
Well, this is a best of 3 series, folks. DJ will remain undefeated, barring some disaster in Turian through the remainder of this run. And we've got game 2 coming up after this. MM going to be needing to even that score up and do what no one has done yet in this tournament, which is to defeat DJ in an attempt to force that rubber match in that decisive game 3. Getting a little late here on the East Coast, but we're going to stick with you through all the action. Hope that you're enjoying it. We got at least one more race coming up for you in this gold medal match of our 2024 Super Metroid Randomizer tournament here live in Herndon, Virginia.
Yep. Stay tuned for the next one, as well as this one, because this one's still not over.
Yeah, so we'll be a little bit over an hour here at the end of this.
Yeah, this looks like about a 103-ish, depending on how Torian goes. Maybe like high-ish, mid to high 103.
Should be pretty fast. You have ice, you have speed, you have high jump. Plenty of supers. Boy, this is just painful, isn't it? If you're in MM's position here. You're probably still pretty nervous here if you're DJ, though. It's just impossible to tell. You're probably confident that Croc wasn't the answer if you skipped it. It's possible your opponent did, but maybe got to the top of wrecked ship first.
I think that you're worried because of the way that you routed through, like, West Meridia. I think that that's the biggest time loss that you took.
Right.
It's just, like, finding those portals, not really getting much out of it, doing Mama Turtle.
Right, like if DJ spent a lot of time going through the front of Lower Norfair, checking screw. If MM had committed, potentially, if your opponent had committed to getting speed and going to the top of wrecked ship first, you could potentially still lose narrowly.
Which is not crazy to think if your opponent went left first and actually did find power bombs. Because if your opponent finds power bombs there, then they find that high jump and speed at Kraid, and then they go into Green Bryn. They get to the back of wrecked ship,
and they clear the ship then.
Yep. But there just were no power bombs available over on that side, so MM2 was unable to do that.
Well, you've pointed this out several times when we've chatted about it, either in person or in commentary. Those early lack of power bombs can really, really cause some problems.
Yep.
And that's exactly what we saw in this seed for MM. And maybe that's the biggest part of the divergence, was DJ just finding power bombs and being able to get to those other places with that equipment later. We always talk about those majors, but those early minors really do matter quite a bit.
Unfortunately, DJ is getting grabbed by the baby. MM2 needs to damage down, but carefully.
Nice use of Varia there.
Probably don't need to turn Varia back off, but it doesn't really matter.
I like the screen scroll method that he uses here. It actually helps with the visual cue. You're probably looking at the top left of the screen here. You're waiting for that blast to leave the top left of the screen, that yellow blast radius, and then you jump. That looked a little early. The first one looked a little late. That's pretty close. If he stays in that window, he's likely to hit it.
Yeah, actually.
That looked very good. Yep,
Nicely
that looked really good. Nicely done.
That's a very, very, very difficult trick. I do a little bit differently, but so I wasn't sure what the visual cue was for that setup, but
yeah. So you scroll the screen there. You saw actually MM moonwalk to scroll the screen right to left, and instead of being on the right half of the screen, Samus was on the left half of the screen. That allows the blast radius from that power bomb to touch the top left corner at a moment that triggers sort of a visual cue for when to initiate that jump
So
into the
DJ
CF.
did second Zeb skip there. Did use a little bit of ammo. Should be fine anyway. I think still has about 4 supers of leeway. Let's see after this. So 16, 3 supers of leeway, so still should be fine. It's pretty rare that you see second Zeb skip. Yeah, that was charge beam.
Yeah, so now MM should know that that's at the top of ship. The answer was top of ship. Yep. At this point, if you're MM, you're probably just waiting for the dot done from your opponent.
You still don't necessarily know that because there's super attack available. 1 super miss there from DJ.
That's true. MM did go in back-to-back. That's 2, so he's got 1 more. Should probably be okay. Just doesn't want to shoot over the top of Mother Brain's head, but he did have 1 more to give, and he should be fine, and there's Mother Brain leaning forward, so that's GG's on game 1. A little nerve-wracking there at the end. It got a lot closer than we thought it would with the second Zeb skip and 2 missed supers.
Yeah, MM2 won't be able to do the full RPO fight to get out of Precious, but it's probably faster to springboard jump anyway than to bother with getting the blue suit.
Actually can't get the blue suit at this point without a powerbomb drop.
Yep.
Only 10 powerbombs. Do the Goop even drop powerbombs?
They do.
Extremely rarely, though, don't they? Yeah.
M2 setting up again for it like this. I just find it really hard not to get hit by a second Goop as you're jumping, like that. And
so you get grabbed by the Goop on the floor and then go over?
No, I start on the right side, so the Goop spawns on the right, and I roll over so that the Goop all follows you, and then you can find a Goop that doesn't have other Goop around it, get grabbed by that, and then jump up.
Well, lack of early power bombs burying MM2 in this seed, unfortunately. Not checking this item, of course, cannot be gravity here behind Dragon, so just trying to get out.
The best thing it could have been would have been ice, but the odds of being ice are really low. Definitely not worth the time spent to check it. TJ having a little bit of trouble with this Mother Brain 3.
Yeah, he's just a little bit close here. I like to be further back. About a tile further back. Makes it a lot easier to not keep hitting the underside of Mother Brain's chin there where the hitbox isn't giving you damage. There's a really nice visual cue in the background there. A vertical pipe right where Mother Brain's head disintegrates there that you like to stand to the right side of. But no harm, no foul. That's not going to cost him a painstaking loss in the final escape. He doesn't know it yet, but comfortably ahead here. And it'll actually be a 103.
Yep, high 103. Probably finish, yeah, before MM2 manages to get out of East Meridia.
Well, a bold decision from DJ to go right of ship and sacrifice a portal for the opportunity for some divergence. We talked about the potential for divergence maybe being good. Lots of decision points for DJ, overcoming some movement disadvantage that he might have still at this early stage in his career, and impressively will remain undefeated so far in individual gameplay, still yet to secure that match victory. Game 2 coming right up. We're going to stay live with you on the action on Speedgaming main. We will not do any interviews yet. These runners are going to take a second, stand up, walk around. We encourage you to do the same. In the meantime, line up your GGs in chat. DJ staying undefeated in this tournament. And there it is. Game 2 coming at you very shortly, folks. Stay with us, and we will be right back. Stay tuned. All right, folks, we are back at you with Game 2 action. In this grand finals of the Super Metroid Randomizer tournament, come along with us and wash away the day's misadventures. We are here for Game 2, mm2nescartridge on your right, DJ Webb about to be on your left. DJ taking Game 1. MM2 needing to take Game 2 to force a rubber match. DJ trying to stay undefeated and win this tournament here in 2024 in beautiful Herndon, Virginia. To take you through the action, as always, I'm Professor School, joined by Zeb316 in the commentary booth. Zeb, we're back at it. How you feeling about this Game 2?
I'm feeling good. DJ made the genius brain play to go right and force some divergence in that first one. Definitely, totally on purpose. So we'll see if he does something just as genius in Game 2.
I think at this point that's the only thing that'll guarantee him victory. MM2, of course, remains no slouch, a very dangerous opponent, absolutely has the chance to force a very late Game 3 here on the East Coast. Hope wherever you are enjoying this action on Speedgaming Live. We are just about to wrap up what has been an excellent week of in-person speedrunning action here at Speedgaming Live 2024, and we're very honored to be the ones that are sort of closing us out here on Speedgaming Main. We'll just have to see if this is the final game or if MM can force a decisive Game 3. Both of these runners got here by winning their groups, best of 4, I guess, 4 matches in a round robin. Very, very talented runners to get to this point, and difficult semifinal matchups for both of these. Very brave competitors staying with us all the way through this weekend. So let's see what the seed has in common. Again, this is major, minor split, area shuffle, area randomization, and boss surprise. So we can get any of the 4 bosses at any of the 4 major locations. Morph ball first. Let's see what we have second.
I think it'll be another screw attack. I think it's like 50%. It either is or isn't, so. Oh, it's not.
Just an E-tank in the ceiling. Okay, so we see one of the miners and missiles. Will we see a power bomb? Will we actually be able to check this meme route portal? We will.
We will. So the first time in the last couple of races.
Yeah, the thorn in MM2's side from that previous race was actually just not having power bombs early and being really limited to what he could check. DJ going right of ship, finding power bombs, and able to actually pick up some of those majors early really seemed to make the difference. That will not be the issue, and I do expect both of these runners to go left here and check this meme route portal. You don't really want to be leaving this one behind.
Yeah, I think so. I can't imagine either of them will skip it. And with an extra E-tank, it even makes it a little bit safer.
Yep, absolutely.
You can take even 2 side hopper hits and still be fine with that. And another power bomb. That gives access to Gauntlet. If you have to go up after this, if this is a bad portal. DJ did not lay that power bomb. I think this still works. Yeah, I think this still works. Yeah, it does. Ooh, and we get green Brinstar. Still no supers, so won't be able to check Wavegate unless we find one.
Yeah, we have 3 minor locations that we could potentially pick up before that. There's the super missiles.
Yep, so that's all of our miners.
Yeah. No miner hunting this time. Pretty decisive factor in the last race. Will not be the case in this race. But depending on what this portal is and how the runners decide to move forward, let's see. Yeah,
Yep,
that is Croc.
5 and 5, that's a little too low, I think, to be doing the Croc.
I think it's technically in logic, but it's really, really slow.
Yeah, you just have to farm once. You need to get a single missile drop, and then that's enough to kill Croc. 7 plus 5 is the minimum to fight Croc without any farming.
Yeah.
Spring Ball, kind of a nice item to get. Allows for some cool movement, some cool underwater stuff. We'll see if it comes up as being super useful or if it's just kind of there.
All right, so immediately we have more linearity between these two runners. Previous race, huge divergence right from the start. DJ going right of ship, going left when neither one of them was able to check that meme route portal. Here, both runners will be finding the gravity suit that was eluding our runners in the previous race. Here we're getting it right off the bat, so it might provide some options for divergence when our runners end up finding something like a West Meridian with a lot of potential portals to go through, or an early decision to try to attempt some checks in East Meridian, depending on the other items that they find.
I will say I think that a seed like this, where you get a suit early, is generally more beneficial to MM2. The kind of seeds where you are kind of leaving a lot of stuff behind, having to make some weird checks or weird decisions, that might favor D-Web a little bit more. But
yeah, I think a jettier seed is just going to favor the person.
Especially one that like has fewer opportunities for divergence here.
Yeah, just benefits the better movement than MM has, I think. Yep, yep. All right, so far we just left behind the Croc. Still need to find out what's in this portal up here, and we've got two major item checks. There's one, just a Spazer Beam.
Yep. Spazer's pretty nice to get early, actually. Lets you kill most enemies in one shot, or maybe two, instead of having to fire multiple shots at every single enemy. And the wider beam makes it easier to hit enemies.
You see that one illuminated Samus helmet on the left-hand side. Just a reminder, DJ is up 1-0 here. MM trying to force a decisive game 3. Let's see what this final major item that we can access right now here in Green Bryn is. Both runners leaving behind that waterway item in that middle part of Green Bryn. Just a reserve tank. So gravity pretty excellent, but nothing else super excellent so far.
So now you kind of have to think about, if this portal is like an Upper Norfair, I think you probably turn around and do the Croc. The Croc is just so far out of the way. It's really, really, really impossible almost to get back to it. I think if I'm MM2, I'm more likely to want to go back to it, and if I'm DJ, I might be more willing to like try to abandon it and hope that it's nothing good. Although we'll see. I think that most portals, it's pretty clear-cut whether you follow them or whether you don't. Like, East Meridian, you just turn around probably. West Meridian, you follow. Red Tower, you follow. Criteria, you follow. Upper Norfair. Business Center, you follow, but other portals, you don't, I don't think. And of course, Lower Norfair, Torian, you can't follow.
Well, ammo struggles in the first seed, not the case here. 20-15-20 immediately off the bat.
A little high on power bombs. You'd probably rather have one more super than one power bomb, but
all right,
still
what do we have here?
Ooh, and
this is great.
Is criteria. So we are abandoning that Croc for a long time. When you're abandoning an item like that, or a couple of items, what I like to do is kind of plan a little bit more for, if Vary is at that location, how am I still going to finish the seed? Okay, and DJ is checking this before checking the portal. This
I guess in case he wants to follow.
Yeah, this will be slightly
portal.
Inefficient because the portal is not going to be one that he wants to follow.
Yeah, and then we'll see. Actually, that space jump is really nice. It does make the moat portal check a little bit easier here.
Yeah.
I mean, you have gravity, but this is just going to be faster with space jump.
Yeah, it is. Space jump's nice when you don't have any movement items. I feel like the fewer movement items you have, the better space jump is, just because it adds so much value to get that first movement item.
Yeah, especially before high jump speed, right? Yeah, and this is exactly what you were talking about, so just a little bit inefficient, unfortunately, for DJ. I think it's a fine choice. Take Terminator there. If that's a portal you want to follow, then you feel pretty good about having already gotten that, that Terminator check-in.
Like if it's Red Tower, you really wanted to find that space jump first before X-Ray.
Yep.
DJ not picking up the rare power bomb drop. That's bad luck. Unfortunate.
All right, so we might see ship refill here. I think
you take the ship refill.
Filling your reserves here can be pretty important.
Yeah, you also aren't full on your ammo. Having a Crystal Flash available is really nice if you get spit onto an Upper Norfair portal.
Still 2 outstanding. We did see single chamber, Croc entry portal, and Chronic Boost still outstanding. And actually, that space jump is nice, even if you get put into Business Center here and you potentially want to cross over into Bubble Mountain. It does make that hell run a little bit easier.
Yeah, it really does.
Considerably easier, actually.
Tide.
Yeah.
Actually, both rooms.
Both rooms.
Cathedral and Rising Tide.
Yep. All right.
That is an Upper Norfair portal.
Yep.
So we'll see if the other one is good, or if they just have to go into that. You could also, instead of going into that one, you could go back through Gauntlet and go into the other Upper Norfair portal if you wanted.
Feels slow, but
yeah,
you could hit another E-Tank potentially, which could...
There's also like speed outstanding.
Sure.
But you probably just follow...
Oh, I think you just follow this.
Yeah, this is, I think, significantly better. You're so likely to find a Red Tower portal. And the number 1 and 2 items that I think you want to check right now are Spazer and X-Ray. I think those are the 2 easiest items, followed by Business Center. I think Business Center is the next easiest items. And there's Torian. I guess Mama Turtle. Mama Turtle is also really one of those items that's really easy.
Yep.
You're not taking heat damage or anything, so.
I think it's particularly interesting how different player matchups can affect these sorts of decisions. We've seen a number of players this weekend, for example, Audra, who consistently will go after early low tank Bubble Mountain. DJ does not have that that habit tendency most of the time, and we don't see that again here. So longer period of time that both of our runners stay synced in terms of the route that they're following, which we do think favors MM a little bit. But there is still some chance for divergence depending on what these top 2 portals are here in pre-Aqueduct and Redfish.
It's just like that third E-Tank, so 3+1 makes Bubble Mountain so much better than 2+1.
Sure, so depending on what you see at the top here, you could turn around potentially and go back. But there's a non-zero chance that you get spit out in one of the 3 remaining Upper Norfair portals that we haven't seen yet, or more likely anywhere in Red Tower.
Yep. There's still a lot of room for divergence, even though the 2 runners have been doing the same thing so far. There will very likely be a spot where the 2 runners will do something different. So I don't think that DJ is in that bad of a spot, despite like everything having been done the same and being behind. Okay, so there is Red Tower. I'm curious, one of those decisions is, what order do you check these portals in at the top of Meridia? And there is Kraid.
Wow, the ammo just not good enough here, and the tank's just too low.
Yep,
so you're 3 out of 4 on bosses.
Yeah. I kind of like leaving that Kraid because it's in a really good spot to get back to, I think.
Well, and you could very well hit on something in X-Ray or Spacer here that could just let you do that Kraid immediately. That Ridley immediately.
The illusion of free will, whichever portal DJ goes to, will basically spit him out at the same spot.
That's actually the title of my new memoir that's coming out.
Yeah?
The Illusion of Free Will, yeah. It's my journey through Super Metroid speedrunning.
Can't wait to read it. Another E-Tank. So a big spot for divergence here is DJ could decide to go into that Kraid. And with a save here, I think you do. That's a big save because you can just go into Kraid now. And if the boss is bad, instead of resetting back to the Kraid area, you reset back there, and that's a lot better.
I'm going to do something similar here by saving underneath the tube. It's probably slightly less efficient, but it sort of gets the same idea across.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you've seen how the bottom of Red Tower works, I like this a lot more from MM2 because now you know the crate's actually a little harder to get to. Because both of the crate entrances are right next to the top of West Meridian, you're never going to be coming back there.
Yeah, they just don't loop back nicely on each other. You've already picked up the Mama Turtle item. And what you really want to do is beat this boss and then check the 3 portals and X-ray at the top of Red Tower.
Yep.
That's what you'd like to do ideally.
I think that this might put DJ slightly ahead, though. DJ does have to check Spazer. I think that he's probably still
No, I think
behind.
it's just about dead even. I think what that did probably with the efficiency of the save that DJ had is maybe even him up for the time that he lost rerouting that Terminator item pickup. This is sort of a similar situation where you lose a few seconds by sort of guessing the portal wrong, as it were.
Yep.
But it's a Fantoon. They'll be able to check this. They won't get the extra item, unfortunately, because it's Fantoon, so they'll just have the one Crate's Closet item.
Yeah, I think that actually MM2 will still be ahead. I think that MM2's Fantoon is going to be a good amount faster, unless... Although that's not a great Doppler.
Yeah, slightly inefficient air Doppler does get bailed out by the fast immediately.
Is good.
Much nicer air Doppler. That looked like 7. That was really, really nice.
For MM2.
This is, I think, 2-2-1, and you just finish here? 2-2 super?
Yeah, I can't imagine it's not.
Oh, gets the sort of...
Both runners have one
odds-on
left.
lower slow right here. Oh, man, and the disappear was pretty slow there, but the faster reappear. So Fantoon sort of bailing out MM in a couple of instances, and DJ cleaning up shortly behind. So MM2's still slightly ahead here. DJ has not checked Spazer yet, and then
has not
MM will
checked
just...
the tube portal either.
That's right. So MM maybe a 30-second lead or so, being able to check X-ray and the portals at top of Red Tower, which is roughly where we were after the Terminator pickup.
Yep.
So the state of the race remains somewhat unchanged at this point. 3 portals in the top of Red Tower, 3 portals left in Upper Norfair. We have not seen any of Lower Norfair. We have not seen Wrecked Ship, nor have we seen the good entrance, that front entrance to East Meridia or Torian. And both players, except for Tube, with equal portal knowledge, but that'll be the same between both of them just in a moment.
And
when
both
DJ
of them
checks
remembering to check
portal.
this miner. I find it's kind of hard to check this miner, or to remember.
When you save on the outside.
Yeah, if you haven't checked it before the boss. It being a super makes it actually a pretty big deal to have checked it. Skipping supers is... Ooh, and that is speed.
Yeah, so now if you see the front of East Meridia, you probably just do it.
So that opens up Waterway as well. I don't think we're ever getting back there, because the 2 portals closest to it are Meme Route and Croc. And those are not easy... Well, you can't go through Croc, but...
G4.
Yeah.
No, I think that the 3 items between Croc and Waterway just stay buried for a long time.
Yep. Probably forever with Gravity. I think with Gravity you're a lot more able to finish the game without Varia suit, where
absolutely.
if you have Varia, sometimes you just need that Gravity suit.
So DJ will find that pre-Aqueduct portal here. Meanwhile, MM will be checking this X-ray. And with Space Jump, I expect, obviously, DJ will be checking this as well. This is not a risky check whatsoever, and it's an absolute must.
Yep, you really have to check this at this point in the race.
Oh, I like that mid-air morph into that spring ball. Very, very nicely done. And then using the iframes to get speed off the spikes.
Just another E-tank at X-ray. So we'll be up to 5. Is that +1 or +2? I don't remember if we saw a second. Probably just +1.
Chance for Divergence narrowing a little bit here, but still possibility depending on where these 3 portals take us. For example, if you get spit out into Upper Norfair, you check High Jump and Ice certainly, but then do you decide to make some Bubble Mountain checks to get to that Croc entry portal, or you just try to immediately find a front of East Meridia boss location? That could be a potential point of divergence. I think I sort of devalue Bubble Mountain at this point just because it doesn't get you closer to finishing the game, but the answer could very well be there.
So at this point, actually, I kind of dislike being in the situation and going to check a boss, So I actually kind of value Bubble Mountain because if you find 2 more supers, you can kill all 4 bosses when you find a boss area. So doing the checks that you know you can do and will allow you to beat any boss, I kind of like at this point.
Yeah,
like
and getting more tanks for like a lower Norfair Suitless could also be really important here as well.
Like if you find the front of wreck ship, I don't think you abandon it because it's just, yeah, and that's the reason that MM2 I think is checking these.
Preparing for
finding the front of wreck
Ridley.
ship.
Yep.
Earlier than later, or finding in front of East Meridia.
Or front of East Meridia. Yeah.
And double super, that is huge. That is really, really, really good. So this is a good loadout for Ridley. You can do it now. Not perfect, especially if it's wreck ship, because of how the doors work in wreck ship. You do need 2 supers on the way in.
Yeah, and I like farming those cacks too. If this is the front of wreck ship, there's just not a good way to farm otherwise.
Yep. And it is the front of wreck ship. So ideally you find 1 more super here. That's a power bomb.
Or it's spooky.
Yep. What you could do... no, I don't think so. I don't think you can, like, super the door, go back, farm the Ripper. This is just, like...
It's not that slow.
Yeah, but
it's a few seconds to farm the Ripper.
So you still have 1 more super door is the problem.
Sure.
So you'd still be on 29 supers, and with 12 missiles, I'm not sure that
it gets a little awkward. 5+1 is not comfy, but it's good. But unfortunately, you're a little bit lower on health. You could power bomb on the way down into basement.
This is still like good enough to kill Ridley, but it's tight. It's not like fantastic. Yeah, 1 more missile. That's not really going to help. You can't really kill Ridley on like if you're not doing the full 30 super fight. This is just I think a little too hard on this energy.
I think the energy is the biggest issue here because you just run out of time, especially with that screw attack.
Yeah, without screw attack,
so much harder to manipulate.
I'd say
Ridley.
even without high jump is more the big deal. At least for me when I'm fighting Ridley. Yeah, and I like just using a super there. You're not. It's Fantoon. Okay, so second Fantoon. It's not a Ridley. That's the important thing. And there's West Meridia.
This is an opportunity for our first Divergence, and it is what we are
I
getting.
like this a lot more from DJ, because doing East Meridia here, yeah, exactly, you get a super. And now, when you go back into wreck ship, you can kill Ridley going into wreck ship now. And you can kill Ridley going into this boss. So you're, like, prepared in both cases. I might go down left sandpit first here, depending on how you feel about the 5+1 Ridley fight. And it looks like DJ agrees. Also, if you find like a super here, it can save you quite a bit of farming as well after bot wound.
That's right. And yet for MM, I think this works just fine, because you're going to find this front of East Meridia here, having already done this boss, and then you'll potentially be able to just go out the back.
So I think for MM2, so this will be a big kind of difference in the order of checks. So DJ will be checking Bawoon E-Tank and behind the boss, as long as the boss isn't Fantoon.
So you're saying he might have more information about how much to clear wrecked ship.
So imagine DJ finds Varia there, and MM2 goes all the way to the top of wreck ship, because he doesn't know the Varia is going to be there. Something like that. Or imagine that DJ doesn't find Varia there, and knows that...
clearing wrecked ship is much more likely to cash in on.
Yes.
Yep. Well, we were looking for our first point of Divergence. We finally got it, just a little over 20 minutes into the seed. MM going into wrecked ship first, DJ heading into East Meridia. We'll have to see how the item layouts benefit one decision versus the other.
Oh, interesting. I'm not sure about this. I think I probably would do the boss here for DJ. We don't know the back of either of those, right?
No, we
East
don't.
Meridia or wreck ship. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It does feel like if you commit to one or the other, you should just see it through.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that there's a benefit to doing either boss first. Like,
What's going on here? Is this...
so this is a save into...
Yeah, and you see on camera, DJ not quite happy about the thought process here. This is one of those things where you think you're making a decision, you're not sure if it's the right one, and then you're sort of, you're feeling between a rock and a hard place one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also think that I like doing the East Meridia first because there are more farms there, and you're not in full energy. You're also going to likely get an E-Tank at Bot-Woon to make a Ridley fight easier. Right there.
Well, and filling up on the Zoas right after Batoon is just,
yeah,
it's not a problem.
Yeah, they are good for health. There's a high jump. It's a nice item. It's like not critical when you have gravity, but it's a good movement item to speed you up a bit.
But to your point, Zeb, I think DJ kind of gets just stuck halfway between two decisions here.
Interesting.
He gets stuck halfway between two decisions
So,
because he actually doesn't know to what full extent he should be clearing wrecked ship.
But MM2 here is going to the back of wrecked ship. I think this is really good for DJ. So MM2 will not be finding the front of East Meridia, which I think is probably the best portal in the game remaining for him. I wonder if we see... Nope, DJ is just going to be using a super here. Okay, so let's see what this portal is. It is Upper Norfair, so yeah, I think this is really good for DJ. So DJ will be making progress in areas where bosses are, while MM2 makes progress over here. So this will create a lot of divergence from here, because I really think that DJ will just go back to East Meridia after this. So I think that the question will be, which is better? Is Varia going to be in Bubble Mountain / Business Center? Or is it going to be in like top of wreck ship, East Meridia, these kinds of areas? I'm not sure if DJ will clear the top of wreck ship, but...
It's kind of an interesting decision here. MM's going to be essentially forced to pick between the front of LN and the back of East Meridia. Like, does he just go in the back of East Meridia here? It's so much slower than doing it the other way.
Yeah, we do actually almost have full portal knowledge. That is kind of interesting.
MM should actually have full portal knowledge now. He knows that one of these
does not check the top of Red Tower, the elevator.
He doesn't know where Aqueduct is. That's right.
Yeah. I think he might be kicking himself when he sees that it's not there, and realizes that it has to be at the top of Red Tower.
Just wave.
Yep, so... Those
Varia there would have actually been pretty interesting.
Varia, I think Varia there just wins it for MM2. But... as is, I think that you would rather have tanks than like even the Ice Beam that you got there.
So does DJ clear the ship here or go to East Meridia? Probably goes to East Meridia, but with speed you can check both items at the top.
Yeah, I'd probably go to East Meridia here, but at the same time you don't have like a good loadout for Lower Norfair at all. You don't have Screw Attack, you don't have Plasma Beam, you don't even have High Jump. Like, it's kind of tough.
Okay,
so there's the back
MM's going to check the other side, going to find the front of LN, and then just goes into back of East Meridia? Should have full portal knowledge now.
I'd imagine so.
And knows that East Meridia would spit him back out into Red Tower. And if he can find...
You might go into Bubble Mountain instead, but Actually, so you go into Bubble Mountain, you do that. You go back into Red Tower, and then yeah, I think you can get into Red Tower through like the single chamber back into Crateria, and then go through Crateria like the moat or whatever. DJ finding that high jump boots.
So is the answer top of ship? Is it in East Meridia? Is it in Bubble Mountain? Or potentially was it left behind in one of the 2 Croc locations or Waterway?
Yeah, and DJ actually just isn't diverging at all. Like, I'd imagine that front of East Meridia is like the best portal you could have. So I'm not... Yeah, I don't really understand this. You've already found all 3 dead ends. You don't need to be searching out portals quite as aggressively at this point in the race.
Yeah, this might be the cat a bit chasing its own tail here.
Yeah, and DJ is just doing exactly what MM2 has done. The only difference has been that DJ checked left sandpit.
I'm not sure it helps him at all, though, because leaving Batoon behind, he has just as much incentive to go back to East Meridia as MM2 does, with a few fewer checks. Right? I mean, that's why I was saying before, he's sort of caught halfway between 2 decisions with bailing before the Batoon check. If you're going to bail there, you bail before the boss check, not before the Batoon check.
Yeah. I just think you go with the boss.
Well, I agree, but if you're gonna do that, at least clear out that first few checks.
So
he looks conflicted about that decision on camera, so. Okay, well, nothing breaking yet for MM in these Bubble Mountain checks.
Yep,
Has one check left at Wave. And then presumably we'll just use that to go back into Crateria and then across
to Red Tower.
Into front of East Meridia.
Yep. And I imagine that MM2 will not be checking.
And actually, not just front of East Meridia, but depending on what you find and where, you've got both good portals there. You've got front of East Meridia and back of Lower Norfair for your 2 remaining bosses. So this actually kind of works out really nicely for MM.
Yeah, you don't have a screw attack or a plasma, so I don't think that we'll see unless you get like...
No, but from a routing standpoint, those 2 good portals are back to back. So I think you go into East Meridia first, and you've got Ellen right there. There's no routing troubles this time.
There's Charge Beam. That doesn't really do much. Both runners have really close to enough ammo already. But so DJ will need to dip into that reserve to get out of here.
Oh, not going to single chamber? Oh, actually, no. I guess Lava Dive portals, Chronic portals, slightly better here.
I think that makes sense.
That puts you on the side that you want to be in order to. Oh, wait a minute.
Going through the back of East Meridia?
Is he planning? Is he planning on going back of East Meridia?
Yeah, no? You can't be planning on going through the front of Lower Norfair here. That just seems crazy to me. This just has to be worse, right, than going up Red Tower?
It feels like Red Tower is just better here.
Yeah.
The one portal check he didn't make was top of Red Tower, but should be able to deduce that at this point,
I think that
right?
he's done everything else. And DJ going into the...
Oh gosh, are they entering the back of East Meridia at the exact same time?
So this is...
With DJ having cleared left sand is the only real difference.
Charge. Is...
I guess
now does matter.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I mean, it doesn't matter that much if DJ finds a couple more supers, because you want supers for Suitless Ellen anyway.
No, and potentially I was going to say the time that MM would spend checking left sandpit. I think there was supers.
No, it was power bombs.
Oh, it was power. It was
Yep,
power
it was
bombs.
power
Yeah,
bombs.
you're right. You're right.
And grapple.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I think the charge will matter if they find Varia soon.
Although I think you probably, and maybe this is what MM was thinking, you probably just want to go out the front here after beating the boss. So you probably don't even check left sandpit here. I think you probably just go straight to Batoon, check that item, go to the boss. If it's not Fantoon, check that item. And then if you feel like you need to, you can check left sandpit on your way out the front.
Yeah.
And potentially avoid that check altogether,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
And then that goes into Red Tower, and then hopefully at that point you're hoping that you can then do LN back-to-back. And then finish the game. It actually routes really nicely because Turian is in West Meridia, which is at the bottom of Red Tower. So the path to the end of the game is probably pretty clear, unless you don't find Varia and you have vanilla Ridley at LN. Yeah, and I like this. I like not checking left sandpit here because you might just never need to.
Yeah, and you've got plenty of energy. Like, the best reason to check left sandpit would be to get an E-tank to refill your energy so you don't have to farm.
Get an X Factor here from MM.
Oh yeah, we will.
Little decalled factor setup there, inching forward,
Yep,
nicely done. Doing a very nice job there to avoid the damage on low health as well.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty big deal. It would be a big deal if he had full energy, because then he would have saved enough supers that he doesn't need to farm. But because of not... Oh! Well, yep, there we go.
I was going to say farming on the Zoas for energy is quite a bit more efficient than farming them for supers, which is what DJ is probably going to have to do here. So this just saves MM time quite a bit, actually.
Also a nice super drop from the Puyo. Yeah, this will save a good amount of time for MM2. Over DJ, DJ will need to farm up to probably like 35-ish supers.
This looks good for full halfy. Little shave and a haircut there. Getting a little close to that top, but it's all right. Yeah, these Zoas have a pretty bad super percentage drop chance.
And it is not Ridley, it's Kraid or Dragon. It's Kraid.
I think MM just squarely in the driver's seat at this point.
Yep, it's hard to see how he's not, but the seed is still not super straightforward until we find Varia.
Right. There is a chance that if this is not Varia, DJ makes up a little bit of time because MM will check left sandpit. DJ already's done that.
It's not
just an
Varia.
E-tank, but it's just this for a runner like MM.
As long as we haven't found Varia, there's a way for DJ back into
There
this
is,
game.
but I think that the more that you get these E-tanks like this, the closer it just pushes a runner with the RBO capacity that MM2 does, those hell runs, to just go without Varia through LN here, back to back. 35 power bombs is actually pretty good. 45 supers is pretty good. You probably want to spend some time preparing for that potentially and farming up.
I mean, you could do it now, but like, you still don't have screw or plasma.
No, I think you check left sandpit for sure, right?
I'm not.
But I think that might be it, honestly.
Yeah, like this left sandpit. I guess grapple will help a lot if you do it.
Oh, I think it helps considerably.
Yeah,
I mean, then you're really sitting in a pretty comfy RBO loadout. Just for the people in the audience here with us. Oh, and we're back.
We're back. Nice.
So we had a little bit of a equipment malfunction, not used to taking Kraid to prom, threw a little bit of a fit and tripped some of our wires, but we are back at you live in Herndon, Virginia here, folks. State of the race, DJ up 1-0, MM2 Nest Cartridge trying to even things out. We're going to see if this left sandpit check and this grapple beam is going to push MM suitless into LN.
I think it will, and I think that this is the way that DJ wins. If it's Ridley there, this could go very wrong for MM2 if he doesn't like ship refill or something, or farm back up those supers. If you're on 45 supers going to this Modern Warfare, Ridley is pretty doable. If you're on 30 supers, it gets a lot harder.
No, if you're planning on doing this, you farm for sure. Well,
Looks
as it's
like
been said
DJ
before.
Going to Plasma.
Oh, yeah?
If this specifically is Varia, I think that DJ might be ahead. Still needs ammo, so still not like perfect. But I think...
No one's perfect, Zed.
Yeah. I think that this is basically the last check that DJ has to get into the game. I think that if this is Varia, he probably goes back to back, or to back of East Meridia into front of Modern Warfare, and it does it from the front, and is totally fine. And I think that he might save enough time with that Varia suit, especially if it's Vanilla Ridley.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out for him.
Yep, so this is basically the race, I think, right here. If this is not Varia, I think the race is over. Almost, like, MM2 could shamble in Modern Warfare here. Yeah, and he didn't farm up. And just an E-tank, yeah. So now basically what DJ has to rely on is this is Vanilla Ridley. MM2 doesn't have enough supers and dies.
I think with Grapple, farming up is really not that bad, though, Zeb.
Yeah. It's... yeah.
I mean, he'd be helped out immensely by an E-tank here, but he's going to farm up more power bombs here. Yeah, big frustration here from D-Webb. Big frustration. And screw attack.
That
I mean, this
helps,
is the full RBO loadout. You have the ability to get very quickly with space jump and screw through these rooms. You're going to farm up to full supers between metal pirates and with grapple, and I think MM is just going to be fine on this loadout here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the save for DJ was before fighting the Kraid. Yeah, when doing that short charge for plasma pirates at the bottom, what I prefer to do is start on the left side, wait until I get hit, and then do it left to right so that you have more room. But you can get it from right to left as well. It's just a little tighter.
I don't know. I know you're a little bit more negative on MM's chances here. I just think with his with his RBO capacity, I just don't think that this is going to be a problem.
I'm not negative. I think that that's the only way that he doesn't win. That's basically all.
Poor Super. Never found a home. Hold on to your supers, folks. You never know when they might despawn on you.
And I do think that it is a little harder than you might think if behind Ridley is not E-tank. Because it's not like RBO in that way.
Yep.
If you don't have a Crystal Flash set after Ridley and you're on low energy, getting up to the required Crystal Flash ammo and also being able to Crystal Flash is pretty difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you if you were on like 30 supers.
So MM2 is okay. Yeah. Yeah, MM2 was just banking on it not being Ridley right there this time. He could have
well, I think you sort of saved there. Go for it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Don't spend the time prepping for Ridley because it could be a huge time sink, and spend the time afterwards if you know that it is Ridley. I think, honestly, if you farm up to 45 supers, it's 20 more than you'd normally have in RBO here. You kill Ridley, you have way more supers than you need, and you Crystal Flash even without an E-tank
you Crystal Flash before Ridley, go down to 35 supers, you fight Ridley on the 35,
and I think
then you get drops.
I think it's just fine. Yeah.
It just takes a really long time to get back up to the 45.
Yeah. As it is, it does look like DJ may be headed for his first individual loss of the tournament and a potential deciding rubber match here.
Also, MM2 getting that screw attack makes the escape significantly easier.
Yep.
Won't be taking hits off of the key hunters on the way out.
Yeah, and still has plenty of ammo for probably 2 CFs if necessary, actually, after getting drops.
I'm really curious what would have happened if that plasma had been Varia and DJ just... I think that MM2 is still ahead.
I think MM2 is still ahead.
Especially, yeah, with no Ridley.
No, I think MM2 is
I think
just
if
ahead.
Ridley was there and Varia was there, then maybe, but yeah. Nice spike suit. Do you think you just use that to spark across pre-Ridley farm?
Sure. You don't need the power bombs.
Nice plasma.
Well, I mean, you have everything you could possibly want to get through this very easy lower Norfair escape now, I think. You just really need to avoid disaster in the first rooms and make sure you can get your crystal flash in, and you'll be just fine.
Yep.
And for that reason, I almost kind of don't like using the spike suit here in case, like, I don't know, how often do you use this? It's fine. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I like getting that run speed. You saw MM just go back to his left there. That run speed is pretty nice, gets you through this room faster.
You can probably get into Wasteland and then Crystal Flash.
Yeah, and I think you probably don't risk getting onto these platforms. Yeah. Is it 2 tanks?
Yep. 2 reserves.
And you just sit tight here, wait for that Crystal Flash to kick in, and you should be just fine on the escape. Nice use of that plasma, immediately getting under that hopper and getting the speedball escape. Yeah, really nicely done here. And this will route right back down to the bottom of Red Tower and Turian.
Yep.
So seeing in the end sort of 2 more lopsided victories.
Yep.
One for DJ in Game 1, and now probably headed on the way to another one for MM2 here in Game 2. See how DJ deals with a little bit of adversity. MM actually losing his very first pool play match in this tournament and hasn't really looked back since. DJ, having not lost yet, will have to face the ability to sort of pick himself up and dust himself off and push through. Yeah,
nice double jump.
Yeah, you just shake your head at that. You know, you're looking for something on a hope and a prayer at this point. You run into double jump, and it's salt in the wound, unfortunately.
Yep. So MM2 will be entering Torian shortly, and this should be about 53, 54 ish. Even can do stand up without Varia suits.
Yeah, really solid time.
Yeah, probably 54 still. Probably won't be there quite fast enough to make it a 53. Huh. Is this actually faster? I've never seen anyone go through Main Street from the top like that to get down to this portal.
I think just moonfalling from the top is faster, honestly, through Everest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It is one more door transition, but maybe M2's lapped that out. I'm guessing probably C. Oh, DJ doesn't have the power bombs right now, I don't think. Oh, he's going to be farming up power bombs here to go into Lower Norfair.
Nice M1 from MM. See if he goes for the hundo strat here. Yeah, just missing that first super. Still pretty fast, though. Does have charge, so does not need to really worry about these supers all that much and can be afford to be pretty aggressive.
Combo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so this is going to be very similar to a GT Classic loadout.
DJ unfortunately taking a lot of spike hits too while farming these power bombs. Will get screw attack, which will make this easier, but won't really matter at this point.
No, and in fact, I think screw attack will be maybe one of the very last things that DJ picks up.
Yep.
By the time MM.Duns. Looking pretty good so far in this baby skip setup. One more jump should do
nicely
it.
Done.
And through, nicely done.
I don't think there was enough lag though in that setup. I didn't like it.
Let's see how MM2 deals with this screw attack skip. Yeah, nice jump there into the down back. See if he goes for stand-up, really just the last sort of hurdle here. Left that could potentially cause some trouble.
Yep.
He's got tons of experience with it, but...
the other hurdle would potentially be forgetting that you don't have Varia, but I can't imagine that MM2 does that. And even if he did, I think he's saved in Modern Warfare right where DJ is. I think that he would still be a little bit ahead. Maybe it would be pretty close, though.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks like
M2
M2 will be going into do stand-up.
Does actually have the loadout to attempt a 2 cries setup here and get the optimal Mother Brain setup pattern on this stand-up with Spring Ball. I'm not sure if he knows it or will actually attempt to do it. Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's actually planning on just staying up in the air. You can still manipulate Mother Brain's neck position pretty nicely here and save a few seconds, but it's not the optimal 2 cries setup. He was a little late dropping down. Let's see how long it takes Mother Brain to sit down. About 4.5 or 5 seconds. That's better than the 7 seconds it takes you to normally sit down. Saves a little bit of time and avoids that first forced crouch pose. Of course, with X-Ray, it's much less dangerous. You can get yourself up out of that. So really the last hurdle left at this point is just making sure that that baby remains in good position and takes that intentional damage hit there. There's 2 intentional damage hits. That's because you want to make sure that that baby does not get... that doesn't fill you up when you're still on the left side of the screen under where Mother Brain can hit it. So that's nicely done. Nice GT Classic strategy there. Pulling on his vanilla category knowledge. Well, Zeb, this is what everyone with early morning flights was hoping for.
Yep, exactly.
A Game 3! We couldn't ask for more. You always want a third and decisive game. It really makes things most interesting. It gives the fans the most extra bit of reward for hanging out all the way through to the end here. MM just an escape sequence away from handing DJ Webb his very first loss of this 2024 in-person tournament. And yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what that final seed holds. We're going to push through the escape here. We're going to go muted just for a few minutes, and we're going to come back at you with the action for Game 3 and the after midnight party. This will really be Super Metroid After Dark.
Yep, stay tuned for Game 3. Be coming up shortly after this one.
Well, if you haven't fallen asleep yet, folks, the dulcet sounds of Zebus exploding surely will put you soundly to sleep. But we'll stay with the action for one more game. Line up your GGs in chat for mm2nescartridge. DJ Webb taking game 1. mm2nescartridge taking game 2. Game 3 coming right up after this. And there we have it.
Yep,
We will be right back with you on the other side of this short break. Good morning, speed running fans. It is into Monday. We could not let go of the last dying breaths of this 2024 Speedgaming Live competition, and we really want to close you out at the last threads. We have a little bit of game left to go. One game, in fact. DJ Webb on the left side of your screen about to pop up. mm2nescartridge on the right. They are locked in a heat 1v1. DJ taking the first game, MM2 taking the second game. Our rubber match is coming up now on Speedgaming. Couple of you still left with us in the building, a few hundred left online, and I am Professor School. I am joined once again and finally by Zeb316 to close us out. Zeb, this is the rubber match. This is as far as we could go. What are we going to have in store for us? Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't imagine wanting this wonderful series to end. I mean, why don't we stretch it out to 5 games? Can I hear you guys if you guys want to stretch it out to 5 games?
You need to wrap this up.
And we are underway. Let's go. The very last race of SGL 2024, the very last race of the Super Metroid Randomizer tournament. DJ Webb on the left, mm2nescartridge on the right, major minor split, area shuffle, area randomization, and boss surprise. This is the final game in our 3-game set. Both of these runners going for that first place trophy, that top prize from the prize pool. And we're here with you to the dying breath, Professor School and Zeb316. Hopefully neither one of us have our dying breath on commentary, but we'll be with you to the very end, and we'll see what these runners have in store. I don't know, maybe a 40-minute jet seat so we can all go to sleep before our flights. What do you think, Zeb?
I'm picturing an hour and a half, no suits, double suit with Smeridia seed. Yeah. I think
4
that would be
suitless
the most fun.
Dragons?
Yes, absolutely. Maybe with a Ridley in there, too.
Sure. Well, we'll just have to wait and see what this seed has in store. We really have no idea anymore, and we're all holding on to threads. But big credit to these runners who have both had a long day, particularly MM, who has raced. This is the 3rd time now, including his second finals, winning the SMZ3 tournament. I think everyone's just a little bit tired, a little bit delirious, but fortunately, at least the seed knew to place Morph Ball in the beginning, because that would have been really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, imagine if we didn't have Morph Ball.
Yeah, it could have been a map rando to decide this rubber match.
I'm sure MM2 would have loved that.
An all underwater wall jump seed, perhaps.
Double missiles, so no power bombs, won't be able to check that portal. That gives the potential for a worse seed, so we'll see if
I think you probably want to delay that seed, that portal as long as possible. Make sure that this is as slow and drawn out as you can imagine.
Yep. Both runners going up the elevator. Exciting stuff.
You know, it's not until you get to after midnight on the last day of a week-long tournament that you realize just how much time we spend on elevators and indoor transitions in this game.
Absolutely. That's why you need to play map rando with fast door transitions and elevators. And you can have jet seas that are 30 minutes.
It sounds like misadvertisement.
Yeah, I think so. We are very, very excited for this game, guys. You have no idea.
I think the best item here is probably bombs at BT.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, it is. Yep. Great
Oh,
so
goodness
far.
gracious.
Yep.
Yeah, Yeah, we did just call that, folks. I can guarantee you I do not have the script, but if I did, this is how I would write
I really
it.
hope that there's missiles at 230 too.
Yeah, we are still searching for super missiles and power bombs. We're getting a little bit of a vanilla feel here to send you home happy. Turn down the lights, slow, break out your monster energy, and stay awake with us for the last gasps of Speedgaming Live 2024 here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia.
Good missile drops for DJ, not in full health. MM2 not checking 230. This is a little bold, with neither supers nor power bombs. Two E-tanks now. I think that the best portal they could find here would be single chamber, which is now in logic with two E-tanks. It's the best one I can think of. Yeah, and DJ is coming down to check this, so... Oh, what did I say? What did I say?
It does sound like we have the script, doesn't it, Zeb?
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
I'm excited for that to be required. Come on, back of our... Nope, it's red tower. Oh, but we don't have power bombs, so
Triple
we only
missiles.
have one portal here.
Yeah, so that's
This
just
could still...
it was a bold move from MM, but it's just simply time sunk for DJ
Yep.
probably at this point.
Can't even check a miner here without supers, so... Come on, back of Vornorfer, right here. Yeah, let's...
That's 3 for 3 from the commentary booth, folks. I don't know if we should keep pushing our luck or not, but...
So Gauntlet is also in logic right now with 2 E-tanks and bombs. That does put Gauntlet in logic. But also the single chamber portal into Bubble Mountain, into the Croc portal is in logic as well. So
yeah, you could have your supers and power bombs both at the back of Gauntlet right now.
So MM2, it looks like we'll be doing the Gauntlet check. We also, it could be Old Mother Brain. I think that's probably the worst case scenario.
Oh, doing
And
230
it looks,
first here.
Yeah, okay. I forgot them two hadn't done that. I was going to Old Mother Brain immediately. I'd imagine we see Gauntlet after this. M2 seems pretty happy about that missile. I'm also happy about that missile.
I'm still mixed on how I feel about that missile, actually, Zeb, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'll need a little bit more time to decide. Maybe they can pick up another missile in the meantime.
Worry. You'll have more time.
So we're hoping for double missiles at the back of Gauntlet.
So do you think that D-Webb is going to go into that Upper Norfair portal? Probably not. Not farming any energy.
Yep. Yeah, I think you'd want to farm from the Kagos there. No ship save here. I don't think it's necessary, but I'm just pointing out that this can get bad very quickly in Gauntlet with only bombs.
Man, I'm really hoping for double missile at the back.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Maybe X-ray at Gauntlet. Spazer would be pretty good too.
Folks, we're having a great time here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia. Send help. It's one for the books for sure.
Go. What is it? Ice beam. Okay, that also doesn't do anything. An E-tank would have been too nice, I think, to get through that single chamber portal.
Yeah, it could still be the answer at Old Mother Brain.
Yes, Old Mother Brain and
double missiles
chamber.
here does send us down to Old
Oh
Mother
my
Brain.
gosh, MM2 did not save. That was pretty scary.
You said it wasn't going to be a problem.
I mean, I was just saying that because I wanted us to play a little longer, you know?
Sure.
I think it would be pretty...
If both players took a death here, for example, we needed to start over.
Oh my gosh, 15 energy. Perfect. Why don't we just farm up to full here? Come on, double missile. Let's go.
Come on, big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Oh, so close.
Okay, so now we can get to the right portal. However, if that portal is bad as well, we're in the same spot.
And you're forced to go to single chamber.
Yep.
Still no power bomb, so you can't get through that top of red tower. You could...
Oh, there
with
is a minor.
supers,
Yes,
you
there's a
could
minor
check
there.
back in red tower behind alpha PBs. And that actually is what MM is doing here.
Yeah, I don't think this is insane.
Well, your health is so low, I think you probably check this first, and if it's not what you need, then you farm up the Kagos and either go across criteria or to...
Oh man, DJ almost died too.
It's all part of the script, folks. Don't you worry.
This is why 2 tanks are required for that to be in logic. Okay, let's see the missile. Let's see the missile. Super, okay, that works too. So going to be forced back up that elevator. Likely we'll go to the right of the ship after that. If that portal is bad though, so... I called the last portal. What do you want to call on this one?
Back of wreck ship.
Back of wreck ship.
Yep.
Okay.
Like not enough butter spread over too much bread. We're staying with you live here in Herndon, Virginia. Beautiful Herndon, Virginia. Happy Monday morning to all of you out there getting ready for your work week.
Yep, perfect time for Super Metroid. Can't imagine a better time to be playing Super Metroid than exactly right now.
I can't imagine a better time to be commentating Super
Yep.
Metroid than right now.
So DJ has taken a bit of a positional lead here. Is down 1 super, but we'll see how much that matters. Ooh, DJ doing these bombs.
Yeah, so this has actually been timed out, and it is slightly faster to go over the top here.
Yeah, it's
even
about
with
2
bombs.
seconds faster-ish.
Yeah, we timed this out for Rando League last year, and it turns out to
Okay.
be a little faster to
Let's
go
see
over.
the back of wreck ship.
Oh,
No,
no,
it's
it's
wrong
not.
way. That's too good of a portal.
Well, as Zeb always says, see business center, do business center.
Yeah, I think you want to do Business Center before doing the boss.
Yeah, it could actually give you, well,
It could give you gravity.
it could give you gravity. Yeah, it could give you gravity.
Could also give you power bombs to get that minor.
All right, and I'm going to be right behind finding that as well. Let's see if he decides to actually do business center first after finding this portal.
Yep. Doesn't even check the
Doesn't
portal.
even check
I
the
like
portal.
that.
Yep. Still looking for your miners here.
I think that you go into ice first here. You've got bombs. There's no danger of not being able to get out.
Yep.
So, and it looks like MM2 does agree with me. And this boss is Fantoon? No, Ridley. So. So the good news for DJ is that no matter what MM2 finds here, he's very unlikely to be able to do that. So that's not really time loss. Oh, sick X-ray. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for.
This is what the people pay to see.
Yep. Hopefully we see double missile into Spazer at high jump, and then we're still forced to do single chamber. Ooh, MM2's. Can you? This is enough. This is barely enough.
Oh, might even get the ice
Ooh,
escape.
wow.
I
Yeah.
think. Well, no, it might be just short. Let's see. Wow.
Nice.
Holy smokes. Some of us falling asleep. MM's still wide awake over there.
Good X-ray use too.
Yeah, just want to make sure that door's safe before you go through it.
Mm-hmm.
DJ not on full health, though, as a result of that trip through warehouse, so that does actually have a little bit of an impact here.
Yeah, I think I like DJ doing this first because of not being on that full health.
Yeah.
Without power bombs, you take a little bit more damage going through Ice Beam area. Oh, let's go.
As if there's a situation in which you're not picking that up.
So we still need to go through single chamber.
Yep.
That's still the answer. That's crazy. Or it's that old mother brain. Yeah, so with 2 tanks and bombs, single chamber is in logic. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I think that's most likely the answer. There's a chance that old mother brain has power bombs as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm banking on.
But I just think the answer, like the logical answer, is business center.
Now, I had my script wrong before. It's actually Croc Portal is back of East Meridia. And you do actually have to go get power bombs.
Oh, back of wreck ship, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then power bombs is at Old Mother Brain missiles.
No, back of East Meridian makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the answer is Croc Portal is back of wreck ship, and you have to go through it with that high jump. So DJ's saving is actually going to preserve his health, although that doesn't really matter because you're running past the ship anyway. I imagine that we see DJ reset, though, upon seeing this X-ray. Yep, we see that reset.
So that'll save him a little bit of time. Although there is an off-chance scenario where he's going to regret having reset that if you do end up finding charge in plasma. It's not very likely, but it is something that could come up.
Definitely. So I think these 2 runners are going to be really close together again. I think the DJ is probably going to be a little ahead.
Well, you can't quite tell by the way the cameras are set up, but on stage they are, in fact, very close together.
That is true.
Yeah. You could say that they could reach out and touch one another if they really wanted to.
Maybe a high five.
Maybe a high five.
I'd like to see a high five.
It's almost as if the real journey is to find the friends that we meet along the way. Or not.
So anyway. Yeah.
Off to single chamber we go?
I think so. I don't think that they're going to check Old Mother Brain. You could check Old Mother Brain. It wouldn't be insane.
No, but it would be much better to find out that single chamber is not the answer and then have to retreat for the Old Mother Brain missile power bomb check.
You'd be very happy if that happened.
Yep. But probably not very happy, because we know that in this seed, very is buried a check tool.
MM2 went up and around the first time, and now is doing bombing. Where DJ bombed the first time, and then went up and around the second time.
It's part of the script.
So,
yep.
Yep, DJ is just going straight to that single chamber. I think I like this. I think this is the correct play to make in this situation. You're just not guaranteed to get power bombs at Old Mother Brain. If you don't get power bombs, it's really bad if you go down there. Oh no, DJ is going to over here. And MM2 is going down to Mother Brain. Okay, so DJ did not check this before. We'll be checking Alpha Power Bombs. And MM2, come on, let's see the missile. Let's see the missile. Show it to me. Show it to me. Yes!
DJ also not going to find the answer here. We're aware of that. Single chamber is the answer on 2 tanks.
Single chamber
and
on
bombs.
2 tanks and bombs.
So here's
Beautiful.
the question. Is it power bombs at Bubble Mountain missile?
Absolutely
or is it
not.
It's through the portal?
Yes, it's through the portal. The portal
With
is back.
high jump that
Yep, with
actually
back of
puts
wreck
the
ship.
back of wreck ship into
Yep,
logic.
so the answer is back of wreck ship.
And the PBs are what? At front of wreck ship?
The PBs are, so the boss is Fantoon. The PBs are at assembly line.
You couldn't write a more beautiful script than this to close out our
It is
lovely time
amazing.
here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia.
Do you think that we see DJ go and check on Mother Brain before going into single chamber?
Boy, I hope so, Zeb.
Ooh, taking that hit. Gonna have to farm up a bit to be able to get to the next farm spot. 54 might be enough.
I think a third super pack would be really helpful here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah! Let's go!
It's a 4th super pack, by the way.
Oh, that's 4th. Sorry. Oh, that's actually not great for DJ. It needs to be a little bit
taking that
careful
hit.
here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Couple bonks here. Oh, dear. Oh, this might force him to check old Mother Brain missiles if he dies.
Yeah.
It's going to be really close. Oh, with a big health. No!
You needed to pause abuse there. That's unfortunate.
Oh, my goodness. That is actually really painful,
Yeah.
both for Samus and for DJ.
Mm-hmm.
$55 is enough, but it's really tight.
Yeah, especially for this one. The one on the bottom is you can get to with a little less energy.
You can do this with pause abuse. He's fine. Oh no, he's dead. Whoa.
Yep,
okay,
that
he did
worked.
actually get the
Yep.
shot off. I didn't see that the shot got off.
Wow, and he's going to speed. So you need a E-tank to get out of speed here, or Varia. I think you just have to go to the portal, I think. The portal is what's in logic. Just follow the logic.
There's actually a power bomb in the ceiling before speed. You can't get
Yep.
back with it, but it's there.
Yep, it's going to be Spazer. There we go, DJ. And another missile.
Just kidding, folks. Be interesting to see the reaction
Oh,
on
space jump, awesome. This is exactly what MM2 was looking for. Super happy about it.
It's a shame it would have made breaking the water on those underwater wall jumps a little bit easier, so he'll have to come back and grab that later
Yeah,
for the
it would have
Sulis
been
part of the
nice.
seed.
It would have been nice for the back of wreck ship that's down here. Yeah, I really like DJ just going straight to the croc portal. It's
Yeah, you want to find the back of wreck ship as quickly as possible.
Is. Yeah, yeah, back of wreck ship is exactly what we're looking for right now.
Oh, nice little phase through. You see that missile travel through and open that blue gate.
I'm not sure what MM2 is doing. Does MM2 not remember that you can go down here? Like, why are you farming up here? You have to go down this way. Like, is MM2 trying to check wave and, like, the reserve? This seems crazy to me.
Yeah, this does seem kind of wild.
It's Torian? So I think that with 2 tanks, you're actually able to get to Chronic Boost too, logically. That has to be the answer.
That's back of wreck ship.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
gotta
okay.
be back of wreck ship. Crazy seed.
This feels like
Exactly
a,
what we wanted
this
at
feels like a
midnight on
plando. It really does. This seems like Junie hacked into the system and put this here for us to end on.
Okay, MM2 is eventually Wow, MM2 is going this way. That's huge. Although MM2 won't have the portal knowledge of Torian there. And DJ isn't going there. Is DJ going to save first?
I'm honestly a little surprised that MM didn't check the upper Norfair reserve item for power bombs.
Yeah.
That seems kind of wild to me.
Yeah, actually that's in logic, I think. The first item.
The first item is absolutely.
Oh, wow,
logic.
okay. This is pretty sick, too. It's almost as good as the back of Wolfric ship.
and first power bombs are actually up at Watering Hole or Oasis.
I think that they're a Mama Turtle. The Mama Turtle miner. What is it? MM2, why is he saving? Oh, he's going to the other portal.
Wow.
So he's using the rolling save.
Yeah, using the rolling saves here. Wow, that's brilliant.
Yep. And
So
then
he'll get the
find-
croc portal knowledge and then
Yep.
reset back here. Wow, that is really, really clever. Wow, that is too galaxy brain for a Monday morning for me.
Yeah,
I haven't even
yeah.
had my coffee yet. Or any sleep.
Help.
All right, so we will see another reset after this Turian here.
From DJ's reaction, you can tell that he's super happy to see this.
And with the reset, it's going to put MM and DJ almost exactly coming out of this save station at the same time. Wow, this is brilliant.
I think you have to check Mama Turtle on the way down.
Yeah, but you can get out with high jump.
Yeah, and you can get up to the item with bombs.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, you can check, this, crab supers as well. I like to just, fire a super at the wall. And even if you miss the crab,
It knocks it down.
Yeah.
And this is good because when this turns up to be supers, you'll actually be closer to having enough ammo for Ridley one day.
And there's a power bomb!
No, wait a minute! A power bomb!
So, MM2 skipping that.
We'll see if there's a power bomb in the wall here at Mother Brain. Or, excuse me, at Mama Turtle.
It's basically Mother Brain.
Every room feels like it holds the last boss at this time of night.
Another E-Tank, that's pretty awesome. MM2 is deciding to do the wall jump, bomb jump instead of bomb jumping off of Mama Turtle.
Oh,
And
just
this
missed it too.
Yeah, this is... Oh...
Not checking the wall for the... Oh, actually just resetting the room here, okay.
Yeah.
Not wanting to screw around with Mama Turtle. Skipping about.
DJ needs to be really careful. Another super.
So MM just going to be leaving behind that E-Tank?
Ooh.
Yeah, it would have been a shame if DJ would have needed to reset that.
Oh, and MM2 takes the death. I really think that you wanted to get that E-Tank. I think that not getting that E-Tank is really bad, to be honest.
Ironically, this actually makes it a little bit better for MM, who can now reset to
What are you doing?
to this save station, and now we'll be able to check crab supers on the way down and find his power bombs.
This is the best race I've ever watched. Okay, so MM2 will get those power bombs now.
Yeah, the death actually in that sense made this better.
Oh.
This could loop to red fish. Oh, unfortunately not.
Oh, and there's the bottom of Red Tower. So we're now into the seed proper, 27 minutes in. Oh.
The action never stops here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia. Sorry, and I think I misread the script again. This is now middle of red tower into back of wrecked ship.
It's got to be Spazer or Vanilla, right?
Vanilla Spazer is the Spazer of our dreams, actually.
Oh, just an E-tank.
Just an E-tank.
Dang.
Folks, if you go to -rando.net right now, you too can become part of the action. Roll your own seed. Play along with us at home.
So no early X-ray check from DJ. Let's see the back. Ah. Oh, the back of me is Let's go. So now I think that Moat and yeah, Moat is the only thing that I think that's still available in Logic.
In Logic, although we could still get an early X-ray check here from MM.
Yes, I think that we will.
And I think that's probably the best place to find Spazer if it's not going to be Vanilla.
I agree.
Although neither runner has a reserve tank yet, it would kind of be nice to pick one up at this point.
Oh, I was hoping that DJ would go into Lower North.
DJ asking himself the same question we've been asking ourselves for 30 minutes and 9 seconds. Why? Delirium has set in here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia.
Come on, let's see the Spazer.
Just another E-tank. Preparing us for some hell runs deep into Lower Norfair to pick up that Spazer beam. I'd say as long as we can delay the inevitable, the better.
Yeah. What's the inevitable?
The end of this seed, hopefully. Is this Croc?
Ooh, I think that's
With the
pretty
answer buried deep at grapple, hopefully?
good. No, I think that it's back of wreck ship. No, it's front of wreck ship with Ridley there. Croc is on the back.
Oh, man. Incredible, folks. Just incredible action.
Yep. Oh, it looks like MM2 is actually going to go through that back of East Meridia. It is not logical, but it could... Oh, wait. No, never mind. Going back into Business Center. Oh, wait. Business Center has actual... Or, Bubble Mountain isn't logic with all these tanks. Is it? Do we only have 3 tanks in logic, or do we have... No, we have 4.
No, we've got 4.
Because of the Mama Turtle.
So you could go find an answer potentially at Upper Norfair Reserve.
Yep. So this portal could be garbage.
We can certainly hope so.
It doesn't need to be anything. Oh yeah, we haven't checked.
We have not checked this map station portal yet. See which one of these brave and fearless runners reaches their hard-to-reach portal first. Looks like it will be MM. Oh, that's painful.
And there's Green Bryn. But do you know what? Still could be, potentially. No, you can get out. You have ice and high jump. You can get out of this. Wow. So...
I can say 33 minutes in, we're very close to cracking this nut.
Any second now. Oh, there's front of War and Warfare.
You love to see it.
Exactly what we wanted.
And back of wrecked ship at top?
I'd rather have Croc, I think.
Maybe Croc at the top
Yeah.
instead, yeah.
I hope this is all E-tanks. Reserves, even better.
We've got 3 more to find. And actually, the more reserves we find, the higher likelihood that we have a multiple Ridley seat.
DJ resetting, probably not loading the save. I think that you just want to load back into Aqueduct at this point. It's the only... Oh, wait, no. Okay, that's the save that you took before you got power bombs.
Zeb, I'd love if you could tell the people at home, when you teach your master class on Super Metroid Randomizer, what is the first seed that you will use to help them learn, and why is it this one?
I think that this is an excellent seed because it shows you exactly how to deal with adversity. It's...
And how is that?
By giving up.
By giving up.
Yes.
It does teach you a valuable lesson about the how important these early miners are.
Yep.
I'm
And
not sure
yeah,
I
the
understand the
crab-
backtrack
yeah.
here from DJ. I think maybe I missed something on this reset.
Yeah, I think that maybe DJ didn't know how to do the wall jumps because if you just wall jump up, I'm not sure. Like, I think that wall jumping up is better. Or maybe DJ is planning on just going down to Main Street or what's it called?
Map station portal.
Yep, Map Station Portal. So DJ is giving some awesome words about how much he loves the seed right now. Another E-tank.
Excellent.
Exactly what we wanted.
Preparing ourselves for those hell runs. Yep.
Preparing ourselves for the Ridley that's at the wreck ship that we're about to run into.
That's right. Maybe go to Croc first and pick up some more
yeah.
E-tanks.
I think the Dragon would be better, actually, at wreck ship. Seems like a better boss to find. DJ sure wants it to be Croc.
Always been on Croc.
Unfortunately, it will just be Green Brinstar.
We're almost at complete map knowledge, actually.
Yeah.
36 minutes in with no bosses killed and hardly any items.
Yeah, another E-tank. Exactly what we were looking for.
3 E-tanks in a reserve? What more could you ask for here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia?
Oh, we got a third power bomb.
No,
we
that's
have a
good.
way out of Dragon now.
You also need those crystal flashes for the inevitable hell runs.
I was really hoping we would see a wreck ship with a Dragon in it that we can't get out of. That would have been the cherry on top. Does this have to be wreck ship? Into Croc? It does. Beautiful. I think the Dragon's still the worst boss to find at this wreck ship. What do you think? Would you rather see the front or the back of wreck ship
No, I
here?
want to see the back. 100% want to see the back.
I think it would be funnier if we see the front and the back is Croc. And you have to go through the back if this is a Dragon or a Ridley.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want Dragon or Ridley here for this boss?
I think the Dragon would be a lot more exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what would be even better? If this is Ridley and they go to the back, find Croc, and there's nothing at Croc, and the answer is at Bubble Mountain.
It's an upper Norfair reserve,
Yep.
which hasn't been checked yet. Nice double fanfare reminding us of the importance of super missiles, everyone. 50 super missiles and very little other progress 40 minutes into this seed. You love to see it.
Yep. These are the best seeds. The ones that you want at midnight when you got a flight at 4 a.m.
Oh, is that Ridley?
It is Ridley. Let's go.
Excellent.
Exactly what we were looking for.
You know, they say, folks, you can't always get what you want, but sometimes you find you get exactly what you need, and in this case, it was the first of 4 Ridleys in this seed. Excellently executed. That is a dead space pelican. Get used to seeing a lot more of that, folks.
Can't wait.
Excellent. Progression would have been all too easy at this moment, but the free refill, I love it.
Yep. Everything in Wreck Ship now we know is not yet in logic until we find Varia. So we will not be finding Varia in Wreck Ship. We could potentially find Gravity.
Yeah, but that's probably speed locked, if anything.
Yeah. That would be the best case scenario is we go to the top of Wreck Ship and we see Gravity speed locked.
And speed is a check tool.
Yes.
That could work.
Yeah.
With full suitless loadout.
I don't think the shack tool can ever be in logic without Gravity, unfortunately.
Oh, but Wave is really good to get
yeah,
here.
Wave is awesome. Exactly what we were looking for.
Yep. That speeds up your Batoon fight one day. Wow, the seed getting very generous suddenly with these power bombs. Almost as if it was holding on to them for a whole half hour.
Okay, so I wonder if we see both of these runners do the Croc.
Yep.
I think that DJ won't be able to do this Ridley, and we'll have to go back and do the Croc immediately.
Yeah, the extra tanks will kind of make a pretty big difference here, especially with that screw attack. And mm2nescartridge headed to the final portal. We know now that this is Croc
Yep.
with full map knowledge.
We'll also be checking Wreck Ship E-Tank.
Maybe finally time for our
Yep,
Spazer Beam?
Yep, I think so.
Oh, making us wait just a little bit longer.
Come on. Aw.
Almost as good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty close.
Again, every additional reserve tank we see means one more chance to see another Ridley in this seed. The more items we see, the less chance we see a Fantoon. So how about grapple and spring ball at Croc, forcing full suitless movement to the answer at somewhere in East Meridia, maybe?
At Baboon Eating?
Sure.
I think that's the only East Meridia logically available without gravity suit.
That's right. Well,
Everyone, look at DJ's webcam to want to see someone really happy in about 5 seconds.
yeah, that's the true spirit of celebration on the left-hand side of your screen.
A little disappointed by that reaction, to be honest. I was hoping for a little bit more
Something
joy.
a little bit more animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go Croc. Let's see.
Have you ever been happier to see Croc?
I don't think I have been.
On 3050, this close to ammo go mode, I think what you really want to see here is charge beam.
Yeah, I think so too. Along with maybe Spazer.
The answer still could be at Upper North Air Reserve.
Oh no!
No! Oh my goodness.
I can't believe it.
Well, we held on as long as we could, but we could still have a bunch of suitless fun in our future.
Yep. That is absolutely a possibility.
Yep.
At least we did not find gravity. That would have been horrible.
As they say in the legal justice system, gravity delayed is gravity denied. And that's what we're hoping for here in this seed. There is a world where this seed could have been over and we were doing interviews and getting ready to go to bed. 45 minutes
Aren't you
in.
glad we don't live in that world?
100%. Which is how many items these runners will be collecting to get through this seed. I've never been more happy than to be with the remaining 8 people at SGLIVE here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia.
Yep. And there's another E-Tank.
Yeah, nothing like a good top-off after getting Varia.
Come on, DJ. Aw. Set for Ridley's? I'm thinking more Dragons now.
Yeah, it is feeling more like Dragon at this moment.
Maybe with a Fantoon in East Meridia as well.
Yeah, that first Ridley was just a decoy to let us know that Varia was actually at Croc. Ah, the sweet sounds of bugs being farmed. Nothing like a nice slow farm to keep this seed extended.
Yep, it's amazing. Do you think that we see the top of wreck ship here from MM2? I'm really hoping we do, and we get to see that gravity at wreck ship reserve that we know is right there.
I want him to check it just so we can confirm that that is in fact the case. Honestly,
speed at Botwoon E-tank.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best case scenario.
Honestly, I've lost complete ability to discern when you're asking me a serious question anymore, Zeb.
I'm always serious.
As we creep up into the 50th minute of this seed with the answer nowhere in sight, we remind folks that we will be back with you next year in 2025 at Speedgaming Live here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia. Join us to be part of the fun. And you too could be here at 1 a.m. on a Monday, 3 hours away from your flight. Never has the absence of a 24-hour diner been more felt than at this moment.
It hurts. So I'd imagine that we see MM2 go into Voron Warfare through the front here. God, I hope that the gravity suit is at the top of Wreck Ship here. And I hope that DJ skips it too.
Nice little manip of that Namahe.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's a Namahe because there's no I in Fune. That might be a tough puzzle to suss out at this time in the morning, but I trust that y'all figure it out.
Mm-hmm. I certainly can't figure it out.
And I'd expect no more or less from you, Zeb.
I appreciate that. So I'm guessing we'll see the screw attack check here.
Again, I do think this close to the ammo that you need, it would be a great time for charge
Yes,
to show up.
Perfect timing.
Or another E-tank. You can never really be too safe in this world, Zeb.
I'm just waiting for the Spazer. It'll show up one day.
We live in uncertain times, and even with Varia, you always want to protect yourself and your loved ones with more E-tanks.
Do you think that DJ will check the top of Wreck Ship?
I really hope so. I need confirmation of just how long we'll be sitting here. It turns out that Ridley death was really quite costly for DJ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it will basically require something to be at the top of Wreck Ship.
Especially if you can't get it.
Yeah, especially then. I mean, that knowledge would be huge, especially like if we can't find Spring Ball or Grapple or Space Jump. Like imagine if it's Fantoon in East Meridia and we just never find Spring Ball. Wouldn't that be awesome?
It would be one of many awesome scenarios that I could imagine at this moment. Just a reminder, state of the race, 53 minutes in, our runners have done very well to take out one of these 4 bosses. Slightly below average.
Oh, there's the spring ball. I can't believe it.
I wouldn't be too disappointed, Zeb. That could lead to some really slow movement through Meridia.
Yeah, but they can finish the seed now.
Sort of a perpetual scowl locked into the face of DJ on the left-hand side of your screen here. I can't really imagine why. Seems like he has the opportunity to compete in the grand finals and should be a little bit more grateful. Yeah. There's 8 other runners, most of whom are in this room, that would really like to trade seats with DJ right now. Maybe not on this seed, but just generally speaking.
I can't imagine a better seed to trade with.
Is that just to get away from me, or?
Partly.
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh, and DJ's leaving the top of Wreck Ship too. I can't believe it. We really, really need grapple and space jump not to show up now. That is critical.
The best way to do that? By finding Spacer.
Okay, let's get ready for this farm. Double health, nice. Health power bomb, sick. Yeah, let's get more of those health drops. Another power bomb.
I'm actually glad that MM lost some health there. It means that he can farm some back up.
Oh, let's go. Let's see the Ridley or Dragon. Let's go.
Ah! I've never been more disappointed than in this moment.
And DJ is not going into Lower Norfair. Interesting.
Going back to Upper Norfair, maybe? For that Upper
Yeah, I'd
Norfair reserve
imagine
check?
so. But what's the best way into Upper Norfair from here?
Gravityless up through West Meridia, obviously.
Yeah. Another E-tank. Perfect.
Yeah, this is definitely the fastest and most efficient way that I would hope him to do this.
Yep, DJ without that spring ball, needing to get a little more creative getting up there.
That was another E-tank behind Kraid, right?
Yes, it was.
Like you said, you can never be too safe.
Yep.
It's a wild world we live in these days, folks.
I really hope that MM2 doesn't skip a single tank. So what do you think about DJ going straight to the front of East Meridia and fighting Batwoon?
I'm not sure I know anymore, Zeb.
Do you think that we see DJ check X-ray?
It does seem like that's what's going to happen. Yep. And that's good, because we're getting dangerously close to that 1 hour mark, and I would prefer not too much progress to be made between now and then. Oh, this is very good. You want to make sure to complete your ammo hunt before you run into charge.
Yep, yep.
Oh, very nice. Good power bombs there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what you want when you're getting close to ammo.
Yep, and here we go back into Criteria, across to the G4 portal. This will spit us out into single chamber. And we'll finally get that Upper Norfair reserve check, which MM actually logically could have done about 40 minutes ago.
MM2 does have full portal knowledge. Actually did not go into the back of back of Wreck Ship because had not checked moat, but now does.
We're on the edge of our seats here for this wave check.
Wave, you know what another beam is?
Spazer?
Mm-hmm.
Double Spazer charge here would be pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. Screw attack isn't bad. I like screw attack here.
I like that it doesn't help with Suitless Meridia at all.
Yes, it does not. And we've already done Lower Norfair.
Looks like DJ coming to make the same check. Shoutouts to Nevdi.
Yep.
Little dip into the Vile Plume. Why not?
I'm guessing DJ will just follow into Upper Norfair.
Spazer charge, Spazer charge, Spazer charge, paging Spazer charge. Oh, but why Spazer charge when you can get another reserve tank?
Is that the third or the fourth? Oh, and more power bombs. Perfect.
Really going for the full set here.
Mm-hmm.
Always like to find all 4 reserve tanks before you find the third boss.
Oh, MM2's... Oh, why is... Space Jump is at speed. Why aren't you getting that? That lets you beat the game. Easily. I forgot that we knew about Space Jump.
Yeah, was that DJ that picked it up and reset it? I guess
No, it was MM2.
MM2. Well, that was almost an hour ago, so you really can't hold me accountable for remembering. Just in case you couldn't pick that up at home, folks, we had one of our runners on the left-hand side of your screen, DJ Webb, ask a very simple question: why is everything so far away? The answer will be revealed somewhere in the next 30 to 60 minutes. State of the race here, DJ Webb and mm2nescartridge tied 1-1 in this best of 3. It is 1:16 in the morning here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia, and we're an hour and 2 minutes into this glorious final seed. We do know that there is another Ridley here.
Yes, there is. Would have been better if it were a Dragon, but Ridley isn't horrible.
Can't always get what you want, Seb.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a few short hours ago that I heard a lot of people throughout this building remark, "Oh, is it already Sunday? I wish it weren't over yet."
Yeah.
Well, I've got great news. They got that wish,
Yep.
and it's not over yet. Nor will
Everyone is thrilled. I can't tell you. Another Ridley down. We will see what is behind. There's the speed booster.
That should unlock the gravity atop of wrecked ship.
Yep. We need to wait on the spoiler to make sure
Oh,
gravity
absolutely.
was at the top of wrecked ship, speed locked. Okay, one more item check before likely suitless Meridia action. Come on. Spazer.
Ooh, I don't know about leaving that behind. You can never be too safe.
I am disappointed that MM2 didn't pick it up.
Honestly, that's just the ignorance of youth.
Honestly, I think it might actually save time if you're gonna ship refill. Which isn't, like, I probably ship refill, yeah. Because the ship takes, I guess not. You don't have charge.
It's good to run into those missiles there. When you're thinking about Mother Brain, you really never can be too safe.
Yep.
Well, time for some suitless action, folks. Keeping it with you nice and slow here.
Yeah.
In beautiful Herndon, Virginia.
I'll be completely honest, I think it is crazy that MM2 did not pick up that space jump. If this isn't gravity or grapple at Batwoon, you're losing so much time in Coliseum. Why is MM2 looking back at the snail? The strat here is just whatever.
This is incredibly soothing.
You know what will be even more soothing? The sound of missiles hitting the wall as they miss Baboon.
Yeah, this is actually a little uncomfortable here, isn't it? If MM doesn't play this properly, he might be resorted to going around doing suitless X Factors. Just imagine.
If only he had charge to do so.
Oh, I bet so much on charge, I convinced my brain that we had it. Just will the items into existence.
I think MM2 may have hit enough missiles at this point.
You can really appreciate all the different sprite animations and spin jump when you move this slowly through through East Meridia.
Let's see it. No, I can't believe it. So disappointing.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, imagine if DJ had actually made it through super early in the race when he first saved there.
Imagine.
We wouldn't have had this joy.
We wouldn't have had the extra time together. It's a pretty huge letdown that gravity wasn't speed locked at the top of wrecked shit.
I'm very disappointed.
It leaves me with a pretty bad taste in my mouth, honestly. But we're just going to have to make the best of it, Zeb.
we'll need to see this Ridley here. Because MM2 did not farm to enough to do Ridley with just missiles and supers. We'll need to supplement some power bombs.
Hopefully you find some more at Precious.
Come on, Ridley. Aw. What a disappointing end to the race.
Yeah, it really took the air out of the room. All right, just confirm that this is in fact Ridley, or Dragon, it is. With this seed, you just don't really know anymore.
Was expecting a Ridley swoop there.
Oh man, I was really kind of hoping for the off-screen
Yeah.
kill. That would have been 18 more minutes as Dragon slowly scrolled around the screen that we would have been able to sit together here in peace and joy in beautiful Herndon, Virginia. Well, this will be out the front of East Meridia, over into Criteria, which will lead us into the central part of Upper Norfair and Tuturian.
Do you think that DJ finds that gravity suit before MM2 finishes? Probably. Right?
That would actually be a great moment for MM to dot down on the ship
Yes.
as the gravity is discovered at Botrin. Fortunately, this seed is a little faster than we thought it was going to be since gravity wasn't speed lock at the top of the ship, so we'll have plenty of time for interviews afterwards to ask
Yes,
the runners about their
absolutely.
thoughts. I'm
Nice
glad it's
super.
early enough that we'll still miss rush hour on the way to the airport. For a second, I forgot where Turian was. I thought maybe MM was just doing map completion.
Is this faster? I would have thought the Frog Speedway was faster, but
I think this is actually marginally faster. Yeah. Coming from the top of Business Center anyway, yeah. It's only too bad that we're not power bombing Metroids. Almost got my wish if it wasn't for that pesky bombs at BT.
yeah. Unfortunate that we had bombs the entire seed.
Well, it's been a great event, Zeb. I'm just about out of things to say. The seed's really taken the wind out of my sails, as the expression goes.
Yep, we got just about 5-ish minutes left on this race.
We should really cherish them together.
MM2 just gave us a wonderful signal of his appreciation for the seed.
Oh, that's too bad. Baby Slow would have been particularly fun there.
Oh, MM2 just said that his laptop is low on battery. Can you imagine a better end to this tournament?
Oh god, the pause I thought was actually his laptop dying.
I think that you should probably take a save if you're that worried about your laptop dying.
That's actually a really good point.
And then you can go charge it for a couple minutes and then come back and finish.
There's actually enough time for that. It would be against the spirit of competition for us to let him know that he has time to charge the laptop, but
Yeah.
it would make for quite an ending.
Oh, and DJ is going out the front. Will not be going to find that gravity about Booney Tank. Will only find disappointment.
Is this a screw attack check?
I think it is. And then the
Lovely.
waterway, and then top of wreck ship.
Excellent.
Oh, we've got a stand-up coming up.
Ooh, another first try gate glitch from DJ. Very nice.
Means it's time for our favorite segment. Oh my. Okay. That was not scary at all.
Holy smokes, folks. I did not know what was happening there, but it somehow ended all right. I thought that was like a 1% battery forfeit. Man, I don't know what was just happening. That is a deboost that you do into Mother Brain when you are giving up.
Yep.
It appears that we have a dead battery.
We just couldn't end it.
Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, and there was not a Turian save.
Mm-hmm. MM2 has forfeited.
Do you need a charger? Is this against the rules? Can I do this?
Yeah, we can do this. It's fine.
MM2 maybe has not forfeited. Will be charging his laptop. What? What the heck?
This might be a great moment for our runner to put their noise-canceling headphones back on, and then we'll continue the commentary of this riveting rubber match in this best-of-3 race between DJ Webb and mm2nescartridge here in beautiful Herndon, Virginia. Thanks for meeting us on the other side of this break, folks. Mother Brain, oh my goodness. Folks, that's not the ketamine in your breakfast cereal. That's just a Mac trying to figure out what's going on with its power cycle. Sure, yeah, we've got 300 some odd dollars in the prize pool, split 40%, 30%, 20%, 10%. Between first, second, third, and fourth place, we've got 2 trophies on the line, and we're vamping for time, folks.
He spends his money on a better charging system.
All right, it does appear that Mother Brain is dead and Samus is still alive.
And Samus is moving at a reasonable speed again.
There's that escape music. Barely sounds glitchy at all.
Are you saying that this music sounds any different from how it usually sounds?
Ever so slightly, maybe. Goodness gracious. The escape sequence as the developers intended.
Oh no!
Safety first, folks. We are really just beside ourselves. Line up your GGs in chat. We should be 1 door transition away and finishing in first place in the champion of 2024, and there was Spazer there at the top of ship. Winning 2-1 and handing DJ Webb their first loss of this tournament. The overall winner of the 2024 SGLIVE in-person SMR Rando tournament, mm2nescartridge. Congratulations and GG's. Thanks for hanging with us, folks.
Yep.
We're going to get an interview and an award presentation just shortly. 20 to 30 minutes is all it should take to get through this interview, so just sit tight. Zeb, I can honestly say I've never seen anything quite like that.
I would agree.
This is the last dance, folks. Soak it all in.
Yep. think maybe we should take a quick break to wait for the interviews for them to be ready. They're discussing some stuff, so.
All right, if you say so, Zeb. I guess we can make the folks wait just a little bit longer.
Just a little bit longer. Our deepest apologies.
I'm not sorry at all.
We will be back in just a few minutes.
Stay tuned, stay tight. We're still live. All right, folks, we are back with you. We have an official ruling after much discussion and sort of consternation, and based on both the strange run-ahead frame rate changes that you saw, which were technically against the rules, and the fact that one of the runners, mm2nescartridge, stood up and uttered the words "I forfeit." The decision has been made to officially disqualify mm2nescartridge, and the 2024 Speedgaming Live Championship for the SMR tournament will be awarded to DJ Webb, winning 2-1 over MM2. Here in the final game 3 of this rubber match. And so we're going to do a little interview wrap-up and then an award presentation. We're tired, it's late, so we're going to try to get through this, and maybe, boy, it's a difficult place to start, but it was I think maybe games 1 and 2 were a bit swingy in one direction or another, so maybe we'll just move past those pretty quickly unless folks really want to spend some time. It looked like DJ had a pretty solid advantage in game 1, and then MM2 really played the seed very well in game 2. Seed 3 was pretty trollish. Maybe just to lighten the mood a little bit, we can talk about, we had a lot of fun on commentary and in the room.
So I heard. You were very loud in ways that were pretty revealing, especially because like you kept laughing when I was specifically doing things that were really dumb, and I was like, I guess I'm first to this, which at some points felt good, and then I realized how bad they were because MM2 hadn't seen that because he was in Green Brinstar, which was like a good place, except that it wasn't, except that it was.
Yeah, I think you may have been reading into that a bit too much. Yeah. The laughter was largely because Zeb and I appeared to have the script, and we were calling for the worst possible item at the worst possible place.
and then it actually showed
kept
up.
Turning out to be true.
That's actually hilarious.
And I think most of the laughter was due to that, yeah. And then at a certain point, I think we were all just coping with how bad the seed was.
Yeah, that incident, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that was a great introduction to the Vario randomizer, guys. Shout out to slowest progression. Yeah, I feel like we got a hard way to hell seed there, but
I mean, I got screw attacked.
Yeah, I know.
I saw plasma.
That's the point.
So
that's the entire joke.
The only thing we were talking about that could have made that at all worse was if gravity was speed locked at the top of wrecked ship. That's the only thing we didn't get from that seed.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint y'all.
Yeah. I mean, it was an exciting seed for sure. It kind of sucked that it came at the time that it did. I actually am not even sure at this point. The big difference was probably just, I don't know, Zeb. What was the big difference there at the end?
I mean, I got Spring Ball kind of late-ish. Where was Spring Ball?
Spring Ball was at Fireflies.
Fireflies, okay, which, like, makes the crab kind suck less, but, like, I guess with an ice, like I didn't think I was in like any kind of go mode and like going back, like, and you probably saw me like utter this at one point. Like I got screw attack and I was like, hey, like Lower Warfare feels like I could actually do that now. And I look at my map and I'm like, why is everything so far apart?
Yep.
Like the map was like here and then it was here and then it was here and then there was this like wreck ship, Green Bryn, like.
It was a seed.
I played bad seeds. That definitely feels like it was in the top 3. It was just like, and the second Ridley and then the Varia, which I think I realized when I got it when you had gotten it because of like stuff, and I was like, and then I was like, well, I assume you left after Varia.
No, I did second item.
Okay, yeah, I figured I was like maybe he leaves and like I'd like somehow get the double suit croc. But it was just like, I mean. I said it after game 2, like that's just not a seed I beat him into, and this one's like kind of also similar, except for the fact that I almost had gravity, but it was a bad play in my opinion, and
I don't think it was horrible. Like especially you're checking that portal, you're there already.
That was the bad
like,
play to begin with,
which
I realized like 2/3 of the way there.
I don't think it's crazy to check that portal instead of going down to crab hole. Like both are pretty bad, but like like it's.
There's not a lot of good options in that seat. Is the problem
with me going there is that the last portal I checked was it was middle red tower, which was redfish. So like I'm done in red tower and I can literally just fall down. Like that's why it was a bad play. And also, I think my health was kind of low and my supers were also like not great. And like I don't know, I don't know.
What a mess.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
And the comedy of like Screw and Plasma being in Lore and Warfare and Seed 2, and that was like what I wanted. Like I told him to, like with Croc where it was like you kind of just have to play that seed, like you're not gonna get Varia, and like I was waiting, and then I had the Plasma incident, and then I checked bowling, and then I ended up going to because it was like I had done East Meridian, and I was like, I should just like go into Lore and Warfare, like it's kind of okay. And then I was like, wait, I don't have Screw Plasma, so I was gonna go to Bubble Mountain, and then I was like, wait, Plasma's on the way. If that's Varia, then I can just like go into Lore and Warfare. And then I couldn't get out of Plasma, so I didn't want to go back that way, even though I probably should have. And then bowling felt like an out, and yeah, I did like this. That was bowling in 3 for 3 seeds. If anyone could interpret my nonsense, but yeah. Shoutouts to bowling. It's a great place where items.
Yeah, I think I went to bowling in 0 out of 3 seeds.
I mean, the second seed it was like double jump in a tank, and this one it was Plasma and Spacer. So yeah, like it was
Nice.
There were no repeat items because the first seed was Gravity and Ice. That's impressive.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I guess like it's a weird and awkward ending, and yeah, I have said words, but I'm also kind of out of them.
Well, I mean, it was an incredible competition all the way through, and I think, DJ, regardless of any outcome, getting to this point from last year when you and I were just sitting in the practice room trying to learn some basic rando strats to the development that you've made, I think that there's championship medal in there regardless of what the outcome of today's race would have been, and I think that stands. So congratulations on an excellent tournament performance, and thank you for sharing your thoughts. I'll give a chance to sort of share any thoughts that you might have before we close out and do the final award ceremony.
I mean, I just gotta agree with what Prof says. It's been great to see like new players, especially you, learn and grow and practice and just become better at appreciating this randomizer that we've all just come to play so well. So it's just great to see new stuff be discovered, new mindsets be uncovered, and all that stuff. So just GG's, and no matter what happened, it's great fun to get to play you. So, and I'm sure it will not be the last time.
Yeah, and maybe in the spirit of Kip, who's not here, he's really good at bringing the community together and these sorts of things. And so I think maybe the best way to sort of wrap this all up before we do awards is just to say that this is about the community. It's the reason that we come together. We come here to beautiful Herndon, Virginia every year specifically for the purpose of having some competition, but enjoying, the company that we keep, having races, casual and serious. And so regardless of the result and the way that people are feeling right now, and I can understand why there's conflict, I think it's important to remember that we are here to come together as a community. We're a small community, but we're close-knit. There's a lot of folks who enjoy coming here to spend the time together, and we're grateful that we're able to do that, and I'm grateful for the showcase that we put on. It was fun to be able to call it and to close out the event. So maybe that's a good place to leave it. I think we want to encourage people to come out in the future because this is a lot of fun. It got a little late and a little rambunctious, but it's a great time out here, and we're looking forward to next year and many years beyond that. So maybe a good time for award presentations then? Alrighty.
Well, first, before I close out the event, we're going to give it to Apathy Duck, who's going to be handing out the awards. So cut on over here, Apathy Duck. Get over here and give out the awards for this tournament.
Since when are you closing? I was told I'm closing it.
We're going to close it together.
All right, we'll close it together. So we do have the, I assume we went over all of that. So we do have our first place and our second place trophies. So MM2, congratulations on the second place. And DJ, congratulations on your first place win. And I know the way it happened was not ideal, but like you definitely still deserve. You've been putting in a ton of effort and everything. Like just getting here and being at this point, like if it was a best of one, you would also be having this, right? So it's not like it just fell out of the sky, right? I just want to make that clear.
I do want to point out that a lot of people have been talking about how much you have grown as not only a runner in the community, but also as an admin. We do want to thank you for helping us out with this tournament as well. You coming together with me throughout a whole bunch of meetings during the course of the weekend here. I do appreciate you, DJ Webb. Thank you so much for everything that you have done.
Thank you.
And obviously, we also have to give a big thank you to Tracy M. for helping out with this event as well. You're always very, very awesome in our hearts.
Yeah, I have to say, I was managing the NMG tournament and the SMZ3 and the SMR. I think I messaged you like a week before this. I'm like, do you need anything? I'm like, no. And I haven't talked to you all week, and it just everything automatically runs. Meanwhile, I've got like babysit NMG for like 3 hours because they want to do crazy stuff. So absolutely perfect. But yeah, that's going to be the end of SGL.
Yeah, let's go ahead first of all and thank, you see the names over there on the left-hand side of the screen. Thank you all to the people who have contributed to the various prize pools throughout this online and also in-person event. Also, big thank you, and Doug can also echo this sentiment. Thank you to all of the volunteers, the broadcast tech, also the proctors, the people helping out in the board game room. I know you brought along some of your friends for that there, Doug. A big thank you to the people who helped us out on the check-in desk. It's helped us make this a wonderful event. We can't wait until 2025.
Yeah, I just want to just the people that I've seen. Like I know, like I want to call a couple people special and volunteer. I know like Rain Fox and Irvinian were on the broadcast deck constantly, and Nana was there. I don't wake up till 11, and like people had everything covered. We had Gigi and Gigi2 Electric Boogaloo. Her sister was helping out in the race proctor room. We had people show up halfway through the event and start helping out. Of course, all the staff, Rick, Clifford, of course, Fiesel, Herfy, Synac, Dark Moon.
Dark Moon, yes.
Everyone helping out, and
Sigma.
Sigma.
Yeah,
Sigma, who couldn't be here.
Yes, we want Sigma back here next year. He was a big help for.
So we need to remove the stairs from his house.
Yes, we do. We certainly do. And the big
We
thing,
need to fundraise a nice little ranch condo for Sigma.
Absolutely. I do want to give a big thank you to Sigma for helping out with those NMG races and allowing it for the racers also to have the headsets on their head.
And the NHL
commentating.
94 finals. We also need to thank them for that. And for Rain, too. Rain just said, like, oh, we got this set up one day. I'm like, okay, I didn't even know we were going to do this. So, like, again,
And
everyone pitched in. An amazing event.
Hold on, Duck. I have one more group to thank in addition to all of our volunteers, all of our tournament admins. We thanked our SMR admins here, but all of the tournament admins who helped come together and make this a special event, and that's why this room is packed full of people ready to sign us out for the last time here for Speedgaming 2025. I've had a blast. Doug, did you have a blast?
My feet hurt.
I'm exhausted. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Did you all have fun?
And we've already got plans for 2025, and it's going to be bigger and better, hopefully, and we're going to start working on that tomorrow. So
Absolutely.
So we'll see you all then.
So with that, Speed Gaming Live 2024 has come to a close. Good night, Hernan.
We'll see you next mission.